here.
Hey,
I
we're
was-
here.
I was late on that countdown, flipping the screens over. I was clicking 3 different things, trying to click it. It's great.
That's fine. That's fine. That's why editing exists.
Yeah, guys, welcome to episode 2 of the podcast.
We actually are doing another episode. We didn't just stop.
Exactly. We weren't just like we just didn't do a one shot. We're actually doing this like forever.
Yeah, forever. This is my
Forever
life
and
now.
ever.
And ever.
Yeah,
It's like Rick and Morty, 100 years.
D23 was this weekend, guys. We're gonna talk about that shit today.
I don't know how many other loser nerds we have in our chat that just sat there and refreshed Twitter like we did. Well, I did at least.
I was laying in bed while talking to you on my phone, just refreshing.
And then half the time it was just me obliterating you with links. Just, oh god, okay.
Yeah, like half the time you were sending me the links, and I was watching that trailer already, like as you were sending me the links, because
Oh well.
I was personally refreshing Soup's Twitter thread probably the most.
I have probably on the main account, like my account, I probably have like 6 or 7 accounts that were just there, just posting live. And then on our podcast account, I have like 2 that were also there. So I was like, oh, no matter what I'm on, something's giving me the info as soon as it comes out. And I was seeing like trailers like under 2,000 views, and I was like, oh god, this is sad but awesome.
Right. So
This is
yeah,
how my day went.
lots to talk about, but if you guys want to be notified like ASAP about our stuff, go follow all our socials. We got it down there at the bottom, I think. Wait, there.
Look at
What are you pointing at?
Sonic.
Oh, you're Sonic.
Him.
It's in the I was like, I'm talking about pointing to socials, and I go this way and you're like, yeah, over here, guys. Look at Sonic.
I could technically, they could be here. I could put a link right here.
Oh, that's true, the power of editing.
You don't see it now, but it could be there eventually.
I mean, do we kind of want to just like get into it? We got a lot of stuff to get over.
Yes, we do. Before we get into it, though, I'm gonna say we're splitting this up. So if we don't get if somebody in chat, and there's probably people who are up on some of the news, don't hear us talk about something that happened that you want us to talk about, probably gonna happen tomorrow, because there's a lot.
There is
a lot with Star Wars, Pixar, Disney, Marvel, 20th Century Fox. Well, I guess it's not Fox anymore, it's just 20th Century Studios under
Right.
Disney. But
I
all
always
of
forget
it.
that buyout happened.
Yep, they're not. I guess they are technically Fox, but it's not really Fox anymore.
Right.
I love that it happened because that's why X-Men. can be
Oh
a
yeah,
thing.
oh yeah. No, I love that it happened. I just forget that it happened.
Yeah. Okay. Get into it. Yeah.
She-Hulk episode 4. But spoiler alert too, guys.
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way, for this one.
We have to do our whole spiel that if you don't watch the content, get out of here. No, actually, well, the only thing today, unless people don't want to know about like news about the movies, the only spoiler today will be She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Looking at the list. The rest
Yeah,
is news about projects. So
that's true.
give us like half an hour if you don't want to hear it and you didn't watch this episode of She-Hulk, and come back and it'll be news about
Yeah.
D23.
And we should have it. And for the YouTube video, it should be segmented anyways, so you can always skip through that as
I'm
well.
happy we can do chapters. Oh, it's so nice.
So nice.
So nice.
But yeah, so She-Hulk episode 4. That was the most recent one. I'm so D23 got me thinking about so many different things,
Wongers.
and so like She-Hulk, even though it happened literally 2 days ago, I'm like, it's still like it's still
can't
got
forget it, bro.
D23 on my mind. Wongers.
We also did watch it, like for the first time we watched it, it was very early in the morning, so it's
Right.
like one of those things where I'm like, well, I have watched it like 3 times now, but
Me
that's
too. Me too.
fine. But yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna be a little good guy and write this while we're talking. Start of it was Donnie Blaze,
Right.
which Marvel, they're so on it now with knowing how to toy with us.
Right.
They give us the trailer with that pixelated poster, and everybody goes, "Oh my god, it's Johnny Blaze, it's Ghost Rider." And they did that on purpose because I'm up on Twitter reading all of the like director and writers stuff. They did that on purpose. They're like, we want to do that. So people go, oh my god, it's him. He's gonna be in She-Hulk, and then not. And I think that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I
They
mean,
know how to.
they like
They know how to play with us.
Yeah, they know how to pull the strings of the fan base. Proven by
In
it
the
was the
show.
beginning of this episode. The Twitter armor comment.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
the beginning
just
of this episode.
even like that line and the first line. You look happy. Just
Mhm.
that Wong's back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like you look happy. You must have seen Wong again. And they don't give the show like Twitter armor for a week. Like that is probably like the most perfect line I have ever seen the show do.
Especially after like last week's episode.
Right.
It's just like amazing. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I thought after like Wong in the last episode, I thought he was gonna be gone. So I was like,
Oh yeah.
you get to see him again.
He literally
Epic.
just like dipped, and I was like, okay, well, he's gone now. See you later. But yeah,
but
then the whole
at the
episode was
beginning,
about him.
at the beginning, Donnie does his magic on Madison,
Right.
and it messes up, and then she shows up at Wong's place
Right.
with making a deal with who she says is Jake.
Jake,
Jake.
who just so
What is a
happens to
demon?
have a name tag that looks exactly like Eric Voss, who's been predicting Mephisto the whole entire time.
I really hope he does a whole 20-minute New Rockstars video about this.
Oh, you didn't?
Not just
Okay.
him.
It wasn't just about this, but literally like the first probably good 15, probably almost 20 minutes of their like first reaction breakdown was about that.
I watched that.
I mean, they have like the
Blended.
breakdown, the Easter egg breakdown, but the like first reaction one.
Yeah, where they have oh god, the fact they know their names, MT and Jessica.
Yeah. Because Jess wasn't there this time for it, but
Oh, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it this weekend. Yeah, Jess wasn't there.
yeah.
I watched the breakdown. I watched Jess break it down.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I mean the fact that if that's real, and Mephisto's confirmed, where are they gonna fit him in?
Something with Wanda. That's where he like fits in.
Well, yeah, but like
The whole reason that she has powers in the comics is because I'm pretty sure he gives them to her.
right, and it's
like the chaos
that's
magic.
how Billy and Tommy were created in the comics.
Well,
I
they were
think.
like made to be puppets to toy with her, like they're messing with her in the MCU, which I really
Right.
hope they do just go. Yeah, some demon made these to mess with you in WandaVision, and then she's like,
So they're real.
you mean so they're real? So you mean there's a chance?
That's literally how Wanda would look at it.
Yeah, it's just like, so they're out there somewhere. Oh, we're getting sidetracked. Donnie Blaze.
Yeah, I mean,
Donnie Blaze. I like him.
I did too.
He's kind of a dick, but I was also like, I respect it because he's reps being a magician.
Oh yeah, I love like how sometimes they portray magicians, and so from what I heard, that place that they went to, I think they called it the Mystic Castle. I think that's like an actual place.
Mystic Castle.
It's like, I don't know what it's called, if it's called the same thing IRL, but it's an actual place that like they put on magic shows there, and it like and the whole entire crowd is filled, and so they actually based that off of a real place too. So
cool.
This whole entire thing was all just like actual, like based off of something.
I feel like I would be exactly like those people in the audience though if I lived in the MCU, because that wouldn't be interesting. After what you've seen as just a bystander in the MCU, a normal magic show is nothing unless you start bringing some real magic into it.
Oh yeah, I mean like they're just in there like,
I saw aliens come down from space. This isn't gonna impress me.
weren't there like a few boos in the stage, or it was all like
yeah, there's some people where I think there was a few boos. But yeah, I'd be uninterested. I don't even know why people are there.
right.
Why would you want to go watch that?
I'm like, I'm already like partially uninterested in like street magic tricks. Like I think they're cool, but like going to a show for them, I'm just like, eh.
I had my phase where I wanted to learn magic, and I ended up going to a magic show, and I had one of the tricks. Like I was at an angle where I could see how the trick happened, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
cool. This is fun.
That and all the kids in high school who learned magic tricks and did them on people. I'm not
was one of those
like,
kids.
because like
I'm sorry.
see, I don't really like
Where are my cards?
hate it. It's like, I don't know. It's just like I'm so desensitized to it, I guess, is a good word
Mine
for
was
it.
my phase when I learned that and this.
Oh my gosh, I knew someone who could solve a Rubik's Cube, I think in under a minute. I think he got to like 45 seconds.
On the 2x2, like the smaller one, I have that under 17 seconds and I have video proof. And it looks like it's sped up, but it's not. I'm very proud of that. It's fast as hell. But I was one of those kids. But I think it's just, I also didn't know I had like ADHD back then. So I was, I was doing stuff like this and then getting hyper fixated on it. So I wanted to learn everything about it.
Right.
And then I'd get bored.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. And like with the whole magic stuff, when he pulled out the sling, like, because I didn't really know anything about
I didn't know
this
what
character.
it was. I didn't know what it was at first because it didn't fully look like a sling ring until you saw like the 2 finger holes. I was like, what does he mean he's gonna do? And then I saw it and I was like, oh. And then he started doing his little dance.
Yeah, he just like pulled it out, and then I was like, this is what it's gonna be about. Granted, I read the description before because me and Biggie watched it together for our first reaction, and when I read the description and saw that it was about Wong suing another magician, I was like, this is gonna be a dumb episode, but I'm gonna love it.
And it's exactly that.
That is exactly what happened.
Because we said this after we watched it too, and it's pretty much a filler episode because like there is court and everything, but not much happens. It kind of just happens.
Yeah, and like I feel like She-Hulk kind of is. It has a progressive backline story to it, but all the episodes tackle a different, like the thing, like a whole entire episode is the build, the climax, and the step off. But in the background, there's this other like slight like incline, and we're not quite yet to that climax.
I think they wanted to build it for one of those shows that you could just throw on an episode and it doesn't matter. Like the plot, like you don't know if you haven't watched the first 4 episodes, you can just watch episode 5 and go, okay, this is interesting. Right. Like you could throw on the Megan Thee Stallion episode and just go, okay, I understand the show.
Yeah, it's like they're just hitting, and I mean, in all reality, that's kind of what a lawyer does. They kind of like every case they do, it's like the heighten, and then the climax, and then the drop off for each case, and they go through how many cases, like, and that's what she is. So so they hit him with the cease and desist. The hype man comment was what I just started dying.
What are you, is hype man? And he's just like, yeah. And apparently that dude is 104. I went on Twitter after that episode and he's apparently 104.
No way. You're lying.
Oldest actor ever, apparently. 104 years old, and he does not look it.
He doesn't.
Like, that's crazy.
I thought he probably looked like 80-ish, but
how do you act at 104? How are you like cognitive enough? Like he didn't have that many lines, but like how do you know where you are to act at 104? That's crazy.
Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, you think about it. What, I'm like 22, so that's like almost 5 times my lifespan.
Yeah, and this dude's still out there.
Yeah.
Getting some MCU projects going under his belt.
Not only that, but he was in the MCU, standing and dancing around behind the little podium there. And like, I can understand like acting if you're like sitting down or something like that if you're 104. But then everything else, he was like dancing and stuff too. That's what crazy. When you said that, that's what got me. I was like, yeah, he can sit down and act. That's fine. But like the whole courtroom scene of him just doing like magic tricks with them and like just dicking around.
I didn't read chat. To be that old and act is insane. I wonder how much did he just do it for fun? You want money at that? Like when you're that old? Or are you just doing for the experience at that point?
I would.
It's like, yeah, I want to be on this show. Why not?
I definitely would. I know that for sure.
I loved his character though, because even when he did the magic trick with the cease and assist, and what cease and assist, and it was sticking out. He's like, no, it's not. He just pushed it back in.
I thought it was really funny that like, for all the other magic tricks, they were like somewhat believable, and then they do that right in front of her, and she notices it, and I'm just like, that's kind of funny.
And I love how I love how petty Wong is. When he leaves the ball thing, when he just spits it out and he goes, "I found your ball." And even they're like, "Wow!" When he leaves.
We don't engage in competition, but I am more mystical than you in my sleep.
Oh,
when he really
when
says,
he goes,
"I'm not gonna fight you," but.
And then the guy like provokes him and he starts doing it in his
Right.
hand or whatever.
Right.
Oh, I love Wong.
I do too.
Marvel's gonna set him up to die. I'm gonna call it right here. Flip it right here.
I mean,
they're making us love him, and they're gonna pull a Tony Stark. He's gonna be the character that dies, and we're all gonna go, "No way!"
See,
did they just kill our boy?
If they do,
and
that's
Madison's
not
gonna be there
for a
and
while. Oh my god, Madison, he's gonna be there. Wongers, like it's gonna be a drawn out like Wongers or some shit.
Darth Vader, like no, but
yeah,
but Madison.
Oh my god, one of my favorite characters in the MCU now.
I hope I don't think she is done. I think she's gonna be in at least like once or twice more.
Oh yeah.
From like what I've seen on IMDb of these actors and stuff, which actually I don't trust anymore because apparently like Charlie Cox was on IMDb for like 6 episodes, which that's apparently not true now.
Well, and
so,
if you look at this is completely since we're talking about IMDb, in regards to the guy who got named as Ezra for the Ahsoka series a couple days ago.
Oh yeah.
It was actually on IMDb. It said that rumored in parentheses, but it did say that it was actually the guy who played Aladdin in the live action movie. And then they didn't even go. He's like, I didn't even like. The rumor was there because people just wanted it to happen. Apparently the dude like did one self-record.
I saw
and
that
was
tweet.
it.
I saw that tweet that he put out. I saw that and I was like, that would suck.
Yeah.
To you, like, you know that you're not that character and it's just on there. And
you can't deny it.
Cool. I guess I have to live with this until it officially comes out that it's not me.
Right. Because no one's gonna believe me.
Yep. And then you get all your family texting you going, "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get it." And it's like, well, I told you.
Right.
Hollywood's so messed up now because of Andrew Garfield. Even your family won't believe you. You could be like, "I'm not in this movie." They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you pulling Andrew Garfield? You're not going to tell me?" And then they're like, "I swear I didn't get the role." Okay.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that about Andrew Garfield.
Well, like the only person he told was apparently Emma Stone. I think there's 2 people he told, and Emma Stone like forced it out of him basically.
Oh.
But geez, those kind of contracts are crazy.
Yeah, we just did like 3 different tangents. I think based off of what.
Oops. Where did we go off from?
We were talking about them in the cease and desist room. I'm pretty sure. But
oh yeah, that's over with.
Right, and then we started talking about Madison.
And then we didn't even talk about like the beeline of this episode, which is Jen going on Watcher. Not Tinder, Watcher.
Oh, it was Matcher.
Matcher.
Yeah,
Why did I
Matcher.
say Watcher? What the fuck?
Yeah, I made the joke because, you know, like a match in Tinder.
Yeah, that's the closest I can get.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was interesting.
She starts off as Jen, and nobody likes her. And the one TikTok I saw was like, who would say no to Jen? Anyways.
The guy called her a 6. I was like, excuse you?
That dude was messed up anyways. He's banned from Canada. How do you get banned from Canada? We're so peaceful here. Dude,
immediately after I saw that episode, I saw a TikTok where it was like a completely off-topic thing here, but it was a TikTok of this girl who was like me graduating STEM and having a successful career, and then me like being the older sister, and then it pans over to her younger sister saying my younger sister getting banned from Tim Hortons, and I was like, that just that goes hand in hand. He probably did something in a Tim Hortons and got banned from Canada.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
No, but for real though, how do you get banned from Canada?
I don't know. Well, didn't he say, wasn't it something like he faked a car accident or something? Like he was like, no, somebody hit me or something, and that's what he said. And then he was like, and then I got banned from Winnipeg, Canada. Oh yeah.
I was like,
he's probably some scummy guy that's trying to collect some money, and then didn't work out.
Probably.
But just them showing her dating people is crazy because that was the only guy she dated in human form, and then she was like, screw this, right?
But that was the only date she got.
Well, yeah, in human form, yeah. And then she said, screw this, turn green.
Right.
Her first picture on her phone went.
Her phone went nuts, and all the guys were
Nuts?
asking her how much she could deadlift, and
That was the first guy. I love that. How much can you deadlift? And she goes, a literal ton. And he goes, I do 600, and I don't even have superpowers.
it's like, bro, who are you trying to prove it to?
Yeah,
like, chill,
like she's
chill.
She's a green woman. Like, bro, you trying to one up her?
Right, and then the next guy was like, "You're such a good specimen," or something like that. I was
that
like,
guy. I don't like. I'm so with this show. I'm kind of like about like them throwing in stuff, like how Marvel throws in stuff till you remembering it. But that guy was like, I was like, I kind of want to remember him, because if anyone like that's like the leader's son,
right?
And he's like, because it's been long enough for that guy to have, or he already had a son or something, because he was weird and obsessed with her, like right off the bat, going, "Oh, how are you indestructible? Are you super speed?" Like he was asking all the questions, and I was like, this dude's a little.
Yeah, no, he was asking all those questions. That definitely freaked me out. But I think that like I think what got me more was the actor that they used for him. I don't remember what other
I've
movies.
seen him. I've seen him somewhere else before too. Like when I saw him, I was like,
have you ever watched Baywatch?
The newest one?
Yeah, with The Rock and Zac Efron. He was
in that. Oh yeah, he was the nerdy guy that was being the lifeguard.
Right. Yep. Okay. It finally clicked where I seen him before, but
I remember that too because he kind of looks like Cole and Dylan Sprouse. He looks like some weird like third Sprouse sibling. And I remember that because when I watched Baywatch, I was like, "Is that?" And then I was like, "Oh no, it's not."
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that definitely could be.
And then we had after that one guy was talking about his movie that he made, and she didn't care about him.
Right.
And was there one more?
Didn't he say he made it like a superhero movie or something? I can't remember. Or I don't know what kind of movie he said he made.
Oh, I forget.
It was something dumb.
Yeah, it was some indie film.
and
then I don't remember if there was one more before The Doctor.
I think it was just The Doctor after that.
And then Hot Doctor. Cliche.
Right? It's a cliche.
I could sense right off the bat that I was like, he's pulling a nice guy routine right off the bat. I was like, he's pulling right out of the gate. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to listen to you. And I was like,
right.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
And then he was reading the book on the couch. I don't know if
the feminist book.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I thought it was kind of sweet that he stayed there. I was like, okay, that's kind of sweet. Like she just disappears in this portal. He's like, I'll chill here, I guess. Like I was like, okay, that's kind of respect. But
I mean,
I could tell that he was that kind of dick.
Yeah, it's like what really do you do in that situation? Is like, do you just like? I mean, a portal opens and he's like this dude just shows up and
need your help.
Yeah, but you know who these guys are. Like, how do you live in this universe and not know who these guys are?
You know who Wong is for sure, yeah. Yeah, so I'd be like, yo, what's up, Wong? I've seen you on the news all the time.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, like, maybe that's why he stayed too, is because this is my in. This is my in. And
if I stay, I'm good.
Right. I could be a doctor for the Avengers, you know, like maybe I had that mentality. Who knows? People in the MCU are crazy to try to get to the Avengers, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, not even when you don't even talk about just like regular, like when you talk about superheroes too. I mean, Spider-Man and Ant-Man, they're like, oh, am I an Avenger now? Like that hype is there. They're like, everyone wants to be involved.
I love that about Scott Lang. He's so just like, I want to be part of the group. Captain America. Whoa.
Yeah, I know him. Oh yeah. But so they got so she brings him home. They do the whole entire fight because Johnny Blaze, not Johnny. He opened a portal.
Was in this episode. Whoa, bro. Donnie
Blaze opened a portal to whatever.
Hell?
I don't know.
They were demons. They straight up said actual demons. So
right.
It's some hellish dimension.
And then as they were cleaning him up, Wong opened the portal.
It looked like Wondergore, but they
Why
did
would
say
he send him to Wondergore?
When I rewatched the episode, he does say, "I'm back to their own dimension," so maybe it's just a mountaintop in their dimension.
Different area?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because they do say that they're sending them back to that dimension. So
right, I don't know. It was
somebody messed up the green screen on that one. That was the wrong portal.
Apparently. Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably just a different area in their dimension, because if it's a dimension, it's probably the whole thing is hell, probably, or whatever.
Right.
But that was a cool fight, and like, when
was.
we both watched it, and when I rewatched it, I said it was a little pixely when I watched it over Discord. But the CGI was good, and the fighting and stuff was sick. I was like, oh, let's go. This is where the budget is. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like the fight scenes were a lot easier probably to do CGI wise, because I mean, we're like, we like the show, but we're not gonna sit there and be like, at points the CGI is not great. Well, I mean, we'll definitely admit that.
Well, like, oh god, this is gonna be tangible CGI. They always can fix it now. That's the thing. They are fixing their CGI after stuff's been coming out. Because when I rewatched Love and Thunder, CGI's fixed in that. The helmet and the little kid's head floating is fixed, and I was like,
yeah, I saw the fix on Twitter, and that was a really good fix.
The helmet looks so good. Like, even like him removing it, I was like, okay, that actually looks like it's on his head now. I was like,
okay,
sick, because that was like my one thing in theater. I was like,
yeah,
I was like, that's not on his head. I was like, I can tell that's not on his head at all. I was like, oh no.
And I'm like, I feel like they're listening more, or like not more. I guess it's more just like now they're actually they've listened before and then just fixed it like later down the line.
It's what a lot of the toxic people don't also understand, is that it's humans behind this. They're getting their shit wringed out of them to produce this content. So like, if it does come out looking, I understand it, because I know there's humans.
People go,
but it's Disney. We have so much money. Yeah, but Mickey Mouse isn't there at a computer animating this himself. It's humans doing it.
Right.
We've got to sleep and eat.
But it's I don't know.
It's getting better.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And I hope it's just better for the rest of the show.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like the combat's supposed to go up, so I think that a lot of, probably, like, you were joking around kind of about the budget, but like, I honestly
it's probably
think
where the budget went is all the fighting scenes.
Right, and that looks like to be the last few episodes is a lot more fighty, because it looks like she's starting to get into that trend of wanting to stay as She-Hulk.
Which I'm excited for, because that's, like I said, that's what she likes to be in the comics. She just likes to be green.
Right.
Which is probably like, it's probably where they'll leave like the last episode. And she'll probably be like, I don't need Jen anymore. Because like she is slowly snipping those parts of Jen out of her life, like with the dating thing. I know we kind of said it when we were watching it, but we're like, maybe like her She-Hulk personality is like a little bit not Jen, and it's like kicking her out. But I think that was just a joke. Like, rewatching it, I think that's her just going, oof, that sucks for Jen.
Right.
Like, sort of thing.
I definitely do think that she's starting to get more into the She-Hulkish.
By the end of the show, I think she's gonna be like, there's no point for me to just be Jen. Like, maybe at home, but like, even then, you're just like, why? I'm dressing, like, all my clothes are big enough for She-Hulk now. I have a whole new wardrobe. Like, everybody just knows I'm She-Hulk. Why do I gotta be human?
Yeah, and she doesn't really, like, I don't know. It really saying the word benefit, like, she doesn't really benefit from being Jen. Like, yeah, she's taking on another ego, right? So I don't know. There's not really a lot for her to be Jen for.
Everybody wants She-Hulk, and not Jen Walters right now, really.
Right.
Which kind of sucks, but what happens when you become a superhero?
Yeah, it's like if you got superpowers and then someone's like, well, actually, I want to see them more than you. But at the same time, if the job you took is you got to be She-Hulk all the time, and you're okay with that remotely, and it kind of grows on you, and then you're like you're basically able to fight crime and everything like that as She-Hulk. You start to just be She-Hulk. It's like there's not really anything for you to go back to as like Jen. I don't know. I don't know. That's me though.
But I think that's even like the point of them digging into her not getting any interest as Jen. It's just like, okay, what's the point for me to be Jen anymore if I have this other part of me that's obviously just better in every way?
I mean, yeah, the first reaction for me would be like, that sucks. I really did suck.
Yeah, I'd be like, damn.
But I think over time it'd be like, okay, but now I have my own personality as this being, And it's I don't know. I think that's kind of what she's going through right now. Is she's realizing that she can express herself through She-Hulk.
Because she hasn't really come to any like sympathy for Bruce. I hope there is that moment where she's like, "Damn, I'm so happy I didn't have to deal with like another." Because she hasn't really had that. Like they did have the conversation of him being like, "You're lucky you don't have to deal with that." But I really hope she's just like, "I'm so glad I did not have to deal with that," because it is something he had to deal with.
Oh yeah, it really was. But because I think at the same time, she like she doesn't really realize, so it's not really a priority to make that happen to where she realizes it. But about like how he went through that struggle. They're cousins, but she didn't really know what he went through, it looks like. So who knows how
could she, when he's like, with this, if Mark Ruffalo being like Ed Norton, he's been friggin' halfway across the world for his life trying to
that's true.
Protect himself. So how does she know about him?
Exactly.
Like, there must be like a new relationship because he's back. And I know they didn't think about this back in Avengers and stuff, but he was even on the run back in Avengers when they caught up with him, so he wasn't in touch with his family back then.
That's also very true. That is also very true.
That far back about She-Hulk.
Right.
That's a big ass tangent.
See, and so what do we get? What part did we get to? I forgot what part of the episode.
We got to the cease and desist, and then we just talked about tangents, and that's it. Because we didn't even talk about Wong going back to oh no, we got to the demon part. Never mind.
Oh yeah. We got to the demon part because we talked about Wonagor. They end up winning the case. The guy wants to stop doing his magic. And then that was pretty much the end of it, right?
We missed the first part of the court, but that's fine.
Oh yeah,
Madison shows up, but
Madison shows up, and it's just
her little thing. Hi.
Like the way they portray the courtroom too. I'm like, if this is actually how court goes, sometimes, yeah, it's the MCU, and that's what I'm giving it to him. I'm like, that would be I would hate to be a judge. It's like, I got these idiots in court.
That's like the people who want a serious lawyer show out of this. And I go, what are you? This is not. You're not gonna get that out of this.
Right?
Why? Why do you want that out of this? That's not gonna happen. I don't want a serious.
You got magicians like doing tricks and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't want some serious Better Call Saul She-Hulk show. Like, bro.
We're gonna get that in Daredevil for like 18 episodes. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably gonna be a little bit of comedy in that show, and I'm fine with it. But it's not gonna be as goofy as this stuff, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think
they know the fans will go berserk if there isn't a little bit of darkness to him.
Right, and I don't think we're really gonna even know how that show's even gonna like seem until we get a good feeling of his character in the MCU.
We don't know what the storyline is at all yet. We just know that him and Kingpin are back. So,
right.
Because they could lean it off of like season, what was it, 3? I think it was season 3 or 4. I think it was just season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix. They could leave it off of that finale, or they could just reboot it and lead it up with the Echo stuff that's coming out and stuff. Because Echo's next before Daredevil,
right?
So I'm pretty sure he's in that too. So they'll probably set up some plot for him in the background.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Hopefully soon.
I thought this episode was going to be when he got introduced, but nope, because he's not going to be that big of a part in the show apparently, which I am fine with.
Me too.
The fanboys are going to shut up and go, "Oh, he's not going to be in this for the rest of the show." Cool.
So
good.
Yeah, and I mean, besides that, in the episode, we got like just Madison.
That
with
and then
2
the
N's
ending
and
was
1 Y, and it's not where you think.
It's not where you think. And then the ending was how do you pronounce her name? Titania? It's Titania.
That's I think so. Because I keep on wanting to say Tatiana because that's
me too.
That's the actress for She-Hulk.
I think it's Titania.
Yeah, I think so too.
But she brings her.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
sorry, I was like, why are you bringing her up?
Yeah, the ending of the episode, bro. Well, the ending before that, She-Hulk and that dude smashes. We didn't even say that. They smash.
Oh, 100%.
She-Hulk smash.
Pretty much. That's her
Okay.
version of Smash.
Yeah. And then he wakes up to just Jen, and he's like, "Who are you? Like, how would you not know?" And she even talks to a transforming like the night
Right.
before, which I guess that might just be the the new nice guy and him going and just listening.
Mhm.
But he gets freaked out and then leaves. And then she thinks he's coming back, but it's just the server for I don't know what legal thing. She's just suing her. Yeah, she's suing him.
Yeah, she got served.
Trademark.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she got served because Titania trademarked She-Hulk. And
Mhm.
from the clip I saw on Twitter, it's a perfume.
That's so dumb.
That's the mid-season trailer that Daredevil's in. The beginning of her saying is like She-Hulk. It's a perfume. It was like a little commercial for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
Well,
a perfume that she trademarked.
And so it's a comedy, and I love the fact how they exaggerated the people who go and serve people, because I don't know how much you know about that kind of like
Not that much.
that job, but like basically
I do know they just show up.
they just show up and go like, here, you've been served. But if someone knows that they're going to be served, because they have to be legally present, they have to be present for them to be able to get served. So a lot of times people know that if they're going to get served, they're going to not be there, don't answer the door, not be home, run out the back door, something like that, you know. And so that's why I thought it was freaking hilarious that he shows up with like a gift package, and she's like, I can tell a server when I see one. And I'm like, that's perfect, because yeah, no, I mean, they're playing on the whole fact that everyone runs away from these guys, so they got to come up with different ways. Like, yeah, it's an Amazon package.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
But I think that's so funny that she is suing her, because like I said, I really hope that it's a play on the fact that it's like very wonky with the rights for Hulk, because like Universal owns his rights, like I said. So I hope he's coming back, and it's like some meta joke where he has to come back and be like, well, I know I own Hulk. And they're like, really? Do you own the name Hulk? Do you actually though? Like, do you have it in writing? And he's like,
So here's the thing. Then this is where it can get legally tricky, and I just thought about this. Because we've been going under the whole thing of like maybe Daredevil's, you know, her Titania's her legal defense. But what if Daredevil is Jen's? Because you can represent yourself, but if they technically sue Jen, it'd be in a normal court, and so technically I don't know how they might just have him represent her because of it being like superhuman or something.
Maybe she does just know him because she's a lawyer, so like she could just know Matt Murdock, and maybe she doesn't know that he is Daredevil, and then she just asks him to represent him, and then finds out somehow that he's Daredevil in that episode.
Right.
Because I kind of do want to see that now. That'd be kind of cool to see him represent her. I
don't know why my first thought was always like him versus her in the courtroom, because that's kind of
just
I
because
think that's more I want to see.
They are saying that they are saying that they're flirty, so
right.
it would be fun to see him be against her and then be flirty, because that would create the conflict. You'd be like, oh, okay, well, I can't,
right,
be Titania's lawyer anymore. But I feel like that might be what happened. Maybe I can't wait. Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good.
I really hope it's because they're pulling off the meta jokes. I hope there's some meta joke of. I know the Hulk's coming back at least for one more episode, because I've seen him with Titania like on an off, like behind the scenes like photo, like Bruce was in his get up with her, so they're in a scene together at some point. So I really hope there's some meta joke about him not even owning his name, because he really doesn't.
Hope so. Well, I think they made a joke on it today, or not today. This episode, about the whole Incredible part, him being called the Incredible Hulk. And
on one of the dates when he goes, "You're pretty incredible," and he goes, "Oh, you say that because of my cousin."
Because my cousin, yeah, right.
That was pretty funny.
I think they're doing good with the show. I think it's like there was a few parts of it with the first few episodes where it was to me it seemed kind of cringy, but I think they were just kind of like the stage was getting set for it, and then now they're able to kind of run with the show. I don't know. I think that now it's in its flow. They got through the beginning stages of the show, and now it's starting to hit its stride. And I think the next few episodes are going to be like super, super, super good.
I hope so too. Well, not hope so. I know so. They will be.
Oh yeah.
I feel like maybe they flipped the script on this one, because like this is the first one since like WandaVision that's been a little longer. It's not been 6 episodes. I really hope they flip the script and go, okay, the first few episodes are boring, and then we bang it out at the end, because few of the Disney Plus shows, it's been hype, and then like the second to last episode's like, and the finale's like, okay,
right,
that happened.
Yeah,
I guess. Cool.
Oh,
I want the shows to end like the movies,
right?
And go, yes, and want the next project, not go, why was that the finale of the show?
Where it just leaves you like sitting there for like the last like 3-4 minutes of the movie, just like completely satisfied. You're just like, this was a movie, a good movie. So
Daredevil's gonna be that with 18 episodes, as long as they're not 10 minutes an episode.
Right. I hope so. I think they'll do okay with it. I mean, Daredevil's been done. This is now its 3rd rendition of Daredevil. I mean, if you want to count TV shows, it's only obviously the 2nd. But
are we counting Ben Affleck? As the
I said 3rd time counting the movie, so
I think that's really funny because Happy Jon Favreau is what's his name? Daredevil's buddy. What's his name?
Oh, I don't remember. This. I wasn't really big into Daredevil just because of how serious it was.
Oh no, why am I forgetting his name? Well, just his buddy that he does law with. Like Jon Favreau is him in the Ben Affleck movie, and it's just funny because Jon Favreau's Happy now in the MCU.
Yeah.
I love how close because it's Jon Favreau and Kevin Feige are close as hell. That's why.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're both like high up Disney people now. So
some of the stuff that I didn't know. This is a tangent. Oh well. That Jon Favreau's done is crazy. Like he's an Elf. When I found out he did Elf, I was like,
didn't he?
I was like, what?
Didn't he write one of the Iron Mans?
I think it was the second one, maybe. I know he did one of them, yeah. But yeah, and then Mandalorian's just out of his brain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not counting Star Wars in this right now. I'm just thinking Marvel straight. Oh, but yeah, you go to Mandalorian. I think Boba Fett was also him.
He's just so. I was like, bro, this guy's amazing.
Yeah, could you imagine if they brought? So you have Kevin Feige and you got Jon Favreau. And then if you brought Filoni into the MCU as well, because Filoni was the one who did all of like Clone Wars, and like if you were to do animated Marvel, if they brought in, oh my god, if they brought in Filoni to start doing animated Marvel stuff, like that, oh my gosh,
that was something else. You know what? Fuck, we're done with She-Hulk. Oops, I swore, but that's fine. We're done with She-Hulk. We're gonna get into D23 news. I was a little disappointed.
I was too. And
a little bit.
I think I said it earlier to you too. I was only disappointed because of how exclusive some of the stuff was.
That too. If you're there, it was a cool event.
Oh yes.
But for everybody else, that it was like, because there's a lot of people not there that are doing what we were doing just on Twitter, refreshing, and it was very underwhelming for us.
Right.
Star Wars put out 3 trailers. We got 2 Marvel ones. No new stuff, which I was assuming we were gonna get at least one new thing. Like everything that was announced, besides for like game wise, but like everything movie and show wise, we knew was coming.
Right.
Like, I was like, okay.
Oh, we didn't really get nothing like super new.
Or like, I wanted the internet breaking moment. I want like the cast of Fantastic Four to walk out and be us to go, what? And then it'd be all over Twitter for the next week. But that's not gonna happen now.
I just felt so left out.
Me too.
I like that. That's just a feeling I got.
We're watching something about Armor Wars, but guess what? It's an exclusive clip.
Well, not only that, but like there was one point out because I was reading Soups's tweets where he talked about the Ant-Man trailer and said how it ended and that it looked so cool. I'm like, thanks, I guess.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, we get it. You're there. That's fine. Just make us jealous. It's fine.
I can't wait for that trailer. I'm gonna turn into a monkey and go bananas when I get the Ant-Man trailer.
Did you see the one I was talking about though? But like how he said he wanted to team up with Ant-Man, and then Ant-Man said no, and he just like telekinetically threw Ant-Man against the wall.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw
yeah,
something else.
Apparently that's the end of the trailer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Because you know what? We're gonna might go all over the board. Just we were talking about Ant-Man here. We can go all over the board. I'm so excited for that just because I'm so ready for Kang. I want Kang so badly. I want a new villain. I want a new villain that we go, okay, we have this guy for a while. Because that's my one big thing with Marvel now. I'm like, fuck you for killing off all of your villains in every movie you introduce them in. Fuck you. Why?
Yeah.
What happened with Gore, I was like, okay, I swear if I only get Christian Bale for one movie, I was like, I'm gonna get mad. And in an interview, he said something about coming back or something. He's like, oh, maybe we'll be able to do it again. And I was like, does that mean? And then no. I was like,
nope.
I was like, really?
No more for you. No more for you.
I get it because like you can't continue all of the villain storylines, but I'm like, I want to get attached to someone. Like, come on. So I know Kang is gonna be that next one for us to get attached to, and just because you can kill him and be like, oh, there's more of me. Have fun.
Right. Well, and actually speaking on that was another thing Soups tweeted out, was that he asked, I think he asked Ant-Man, he was like, are you one of the Avengers? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I've killed so many of them.
That was like in the first Comic-Con footage they showed. He was like, oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before? That's what he asked.
Yeah.
Not Paul Rudd. Scott Lang.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that being asked to you? I'd be like,
I can't wait to see how Ant-Man responds to it though, because it's gonna be something funny.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited for that dynamic because it's also confirmed that leads right into Kang Dynasty. And when I heard that, my brain started spiraling. I was like, I feel like there's been rumors that like Ant-Man might die at the end of this just because it'd be one of those emotional beats for Phase 5. But I don't think that's gonna. I feel like they're gonna kill. I think they might win. I think they're gonna kill Kang, and because they don't know who he is, it's gonna amplify that.
Yeah.
Because Scott's not gonna know like what Loki knows about like that whole conversation they had at the end of Loki. Scott doesn't know that.
Right.
So he's just gonna see a threat that's come from the quantum realm, and he's just gonna kill him. And then that's gonna unleash even more. But that's what I'm assuming Kang Dynasty is gonna be. It's just gonna be Kang going nuts.
Yeah.
On the MCU.
Because I really hope they do a Chronopolis.
Me too.
Really
That'd
hope
be
they
sick.
do.
It was like kind of what the the place that everything got pruned went. Like it was kind of that.
Yeah.
In Loki, with like them having all the like Egyptian like stuff there too to reference it because they had that in Chronopolis and stuff. But I do hope that too. I just want Kang to have a little city. And isn't that like what they teased in not in Quantumania, in Ant-Man and Wasp? There was like a little city in the background.
I think so.
Yeah, and the people who made that movie were like, yeah, that is something back there. I'm assuming that's where Kang's gonna pop up because it's called Quantumania, so he's probably been chilling in there for a while.
They're gonna find a version of Kang in the quantum realm.
Because there's Kang Prime, which is the one that like controls technically like all of them, sort of thing.
Okay.
And I hope
that's who they find.
I hope that's who's in there. Yeah, in that city is Kang Prime.
God.
But I'm excited to see Jonathan Majors go and do like 10 different versions of the same guy.
Right.
Like when I saw those doors open in Loki, I was like, oh, I was like, yes.
I'm waiting for him just to pop up in every film now. Like if it's a cameo or something, like
just end credit scene, he's gonna pull a Thanos.
Yeah.
Do it myself.
Okay, let's just say as an end credit scene for each one of the movies that come out, it's Kang somehow doing something to them and putting them in like Chronopolis or something.
And capturing all the Avengers slowly. That would be sick.
And then they say that because they're technically in 2025 right now in the Marvel MCU. So what if they say all the projects that come out, because they're all different storylines, so what if they say that all of those are happening at the same time, and then at the end credit scene for everything, they're capturing them or bringing them or doing something with Kang, and then 2025 comes out and we're caught up to the MCU timeline.
That'd be kind of whack.
Right? I can see them
Yo.
pulling some shit like that.
Yeah, they're big brain. People don't think Kevin Feige's big brain, but when you know that he goes off and does retreats with people to plan the MCU, he's got it locked behind in his brain. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. There might be like a few hiccups, but that's not on him. That's on writers and stuff.
Right. Because he's
got the plan.
Yeah, I feel like he tells them like, okay, here's your characters, here's what we want, here's the type of vibe we want. Go ahead. Because
like some of the times like the writers and don't even get everything from them because they're like, we're not allowed to even know. like we ask questions and they're like, nope, not allowed to know that yet. And we're like, okay, I guess we gotta like vaguely write about this, like write around it a little bit.
I mean, hell, you see what they do to Tom Holland. He doesn't even know the movie. He just knows his parts.
He's like, yeah, I got 4 different scripts when I show up.
Yeah.
I have to act all the scenes.
Isn't it like he gets like 4 different scripts, but in each one of them his lines are the same and at the right time, but he just doesn't know the rest of the story or something?
I don't know, but I remember the big meme was Endgame he literally thought was a wedding. And not a funeral scene. He thought it was a wedding. That's how, like...
Oh my gosh.
Because, like, I know, like, he's probably not there with all those people. Like, they're probably green screened in and shit.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you not know? Because the tone. Why are you that serious at a wedding? Unless it's, like, villains getting married and you're just...
Okay, wait. Going back to that, now that I think about it, there wasn't a scene where Peter went up to Tony when he died. Besides the whole, like, kneeling scene.
Well, like, when he first dies, yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way for Tom Holland to know that Iron Man dies in the movie.
Not right off the bat, no.
Interesting. Interesting.
It'd be so crazy to be one of those actors. Like Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland are the top 2 because Mark Ruffalo friggin' recorded. Remember that when he recorded Ragnarok?
Oh, yeah.
He had his phone on live.
Right, and so because like now if I'm right, the interview duo is typically when it's like Doctor Strange is there, they put Benedict Cumberbatch with Tom Holland. I'm pretty sure you've seen those.
Watch him.
To watch him and cover what he says, or like to basically tackle him if he says anything.
Mark Ruffalo's got Don Cheadle.
Yeah. There's been times, yeah, he says something and now she's like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for Ant-Man, though.
Yeah, I mean, do we kind of just want to go down our list here?
I just said that because Ant-Man, because we were just talking about it.
Right.
That's about it for that. Oh, and Jimmy Woo. We didn't talk about that. That's pretty hype.
Yeah. Jimmy Woo being back.
I could have assumed that because he's a fan favorite now, but I'm excited to see if he has an actual plot point in this. He's not just there for comedic value. Because he was pretty badass in WandaVision.
I'm wondering if there's anyone he can be turned into because of that. But I don't know, and I don't know enough of that area to really guess
I have no idea.
Guess a superhero or anything. Because
Jimmy Woo becomes fucking Gambit, bro.
Gambit, bro. Oh my gosh.
Because of the card tricks.
Because
throwing cards at people becomes Gambit. Oh god.
That would be amazing.
He gets some accident happens. He gets powers and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna start Gambit. Oh god, if that happened, people would actually go, okay, the MCU's done now.
Right.
if that's Gambit in the MCU, all right, it's done.
God, I'm still upset that that footage was exclusive, man. I wanted the Ant-Man trailer today because like I wanted the trailers that got at Comic-Con. Why don't we have those yet? I know the Guardians. My hand was so close. I know the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer is not wasn't fully done, and James Gunn said that the VFX weren't fully done in it. So I understand that not being out, but bruh, I want one of those trailers at least. Right, you're just gonna It's been what 2 months since Comic-Con now, and it's bruh. And this movie comes out in February. Which one? Ant-Man? Yeah, that's February, right? Something like that. It's very early next year. Yeah. So pretty soon. 6 months. half a year, and we still haven't gotten a trailer.
That's-
We have a trailer for it, but we can't see it.
We can't see it. I saw like the leaked footage of it being like shot like this on a phone.
Yeah.
From Comic-Con and seeing half the screen. Like, well, not even half the screen, like 1/4 of the bottom of the screen. And I was like, okay, cool, I guess.
Right.
But,
Oh my gosh. I'm excited for it though. That's definitely gonna be a good
too.
movie.
I'm not excited because it's the start of Phase 5. That's
Mhm.
what I'm hyped for. I want them just to light the fuse and go, all right, you guys said Phase 4 was shit. Here you go. And just have it be a banger right off the bat.
Right. No,
Yes, I want that trailer. I want that scene of Kang.
right. So, do we want to talk about the video game real quick?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I think we're kind of done with
Ant-Man.
yeah, we're kind of done with Ant-Man. And so yeah, so the game, World War II.
I would say we could watch. I would say we'd watch the trailer, but that definitely has copyright music.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I watched like majority of that trailer because when I saw it, it looked like at least it looked like more of like a just like cinematic trailer.
Yeah, it was a teaser. It's
Yeah.
not like a big thing. For
So
it, yeah.
I watched majority of it because I think at that time there was already 2 other things that had like also were like announced or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
It's been a blur.
Right. And so, but I'm excited. I mean, and it was made by it's made by the people who did Uncharted, right? You said?
Yes, and,
Right.
and they have said that it's gonna be in like that same sort of style, which I'm excited for.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That would make a good like superhero video game.
I'm
that
sick
kind
and
of style.
tired of the like superhero. I mean, I guess Marvel, because DC has Arkham, and now they have like
Arkham
the
is-
Gotham Knights
is
that's coming
holy.
out.
No, nobody's allowed to say anything bad about Arkham.
Right, and now they have the Gotham Knights that are gonna come out, so that looks like really good.
I'm like about that because I'm just waiting to see it come out. I'm like, I hope it's good.
Right, I've heard stuff about it and heard stuff that the game, like the creators are saying, and it sounds like it's gonna be cool. Like it's gonna be almost Arkham based, and people can just join in, and basically running into another superhero is like in the movie if like someone just showed up and started helping you
Yeah.
fight a crime, you're like, oh shit, look, someone else is here. But
Someone else is here now.
I hope they do that. Kind of transitioning back, it's like I hope they do that type of style finally in a Marvel game. I know we have Spider-Man, and I know Spider-Man has always had those types of games, but I feel like we haven't gotten any other hero that like, unless it's something, you know, like Marvel versus Capcom, and then you also have like
The shitty Avengers game that came out.
the like Strike Force or something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Wasn't that a card
that
game?
Avengers game. The Strike Force. I think it's like just one of those. You have like different heroes, and they have like it is a card game technically.
Yeah,
on
it's like
mobile.
a top-down like fighting card game sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
I'm just like, I want a Marvel game where you can like play through the world, and
I want a good one. Spider-Man is good, but
Right.
Spider-Man's been done. Spider-Man PS2 was
Shattered
amazing.
Dimensions, W
Exactly.
game, a good game.
Almost most of the like console Spider-Man games are decent. I will
Mhm.
say the storyline and like just swinging around the city and everything is just fun.
Yeah,
But it's all Spider-Man.
you don't have any like rough combat, and the fact that it's gonna be World War II, like,
I'm excited for that. I want
Ugh.
Hydra at its prime, bro. That's what I'm excited for. I'm ready for full force Hydra.
you know what's bad? I didn't even think about Hydra at first. I just
They
thought of
showed
the
it in
gameplay.
the teaser.
I know. I was just thinking about gameplay though. Like, I guess as I was watching it, I was kind of more like, okay, the gameplay should be really good. And so then I was like, oh shit, yeah, this takes place with Hydra too. Like, this is gonna be great.
I'm excited for that. We haven't seen Hydra in a hot minute.
We have not.
And I'm excited because people were instantly confused and they came out of the gate and they said it's not T'Challa, it's his grandfather, which I'm excited for.
Mhm.
That's sick. That's who's stupid enough to think, how can this be T'Challa if it's in World War II?
It's the people who don't like
don't
remember
understand.
or don't understand that Black Panther is
It's
like
a title.
right. It's like Robin. It's a title.
It's a title. And I'm excited to see a different Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. And just to work with Captain America. That's gonna be fun. Or actually, We don't know if they are working together yet.
That's true. That's true.
From what we've seen, because it's a teaser trailer, we just know that they are. There's 4 people in it. Because that was the whole thing at the end, 4 heroes.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, I think I saw the names of the other 2 people, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a good game.
I think so too. And the music just got me. The "We'll Meet Again." I was like, oh, that threw me right into like Steve Rogers dancing with Peggy vibes. I was like,
yeah. And I hope did it say what it's gonna release on? I can't remember. I hope it's all next gen.
I think it was just a bare bones teaser. Actually, I'm not sure. I think they might have had the I think it might have been on the title card at the end, maybe.
I don't know. It'll probably be next gen or something.
I would assume so, because a lot of the stuff that's coming out now is all being made in Unreal Engine.
Yeah, with Unreal Engine 5 being released. Yep. That's true.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
That's what I want superhero games on, bro. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be great. I think
so too. And just that little tease that they gave us, I was like, because I'm in the community of knowing like leaks and stuff. I had no idea that was coming out.
Right.
Nobody told me that was coming out. I was like, okay, hype. I was like, something I had no idea, and it was a video game. I was like, okay, it's awesome.
I know. I'm just excited to play a Marvel game that isn't either Avengers based or Spider-Man based. And I think that's what I was trying to get at when I was first starting to talk about it.
That's when I'm excited about the Wolverine game that Insomniac's making as well. So I'm like, oh my goodness, who made the PS4 Spider-Man are making a Wolverine game? That's gonna be good, because they got good combat in those Spider-Man games.
Right.
So they're gonna be able to pull out some Wolverine running around. That's gonna be crazy. I hope it's open world. If you can just like run up buildings with your claws,
that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
I wouldn't want it to not be open world. Like, if it's anything else, I'll be like, oh, I want to run around New York as Wolverine 2 or wherever it is. It could be Canada. I hope it's in Canada.
Speaking of that makes me kind of interested about the Captain America Black Panther game, because I never got to play Uncharted. I didn't have a PlayStation, so that's a PS exclusive. So were they straightforward in the story? Like, was it just a linear story and not open world, or was it open world? Do you know?
Pretty sure it was linear. I haven't played them in a long
time. From what I've seen, it looks linear.
It is linear. Yeah, I don't think there is open world sections.
So I'm thinking that's probably the way they're gonna go with this. I don't really see them making a Captain America like Black Panther game with open world.
And in World War II, I don't think they would do that either.
I see it more being like a Halo-ish-esque, like Halo 2-esque, with being able to play Master Chief and Arbiter on different levels.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw a thing that somebody said, I hope it's co-op, and I hope so too. If we could play with a friend and be Captain America and Black Panther and mess up some crap, I'll be like,
that'd be so good.
It'd be an amazing game.
And then we kind of go into the interesting.
This one didn't really like. I guess I saw one person tweet about it, so like that's why I'm like, where'd this come from? But like, it's one person that I do trust on news.
Right.
That there's an EA Iron Man game apparently being worked on, and that scares me. It really does.
Right.
EA can make good games, but like.
Rumored. Oh, because okay. So it actually, I just looked it up because that was I was curious on that. So apparently it was supposed to be revealed, and they didn't.
Like this weekend.
Yeah.
Probably not done yet. Like anything worth showing.
Right. But that worries me so much.
Like I said, you die and then you have to enter your credit card to buy a new suit and respawn. You want the Mark II? You destroyed the Mark I? Pay for it. You're Tony Stark. You got the money.
I don't understand why Disney continues to trust EA with their products. Like,
didn't they make Fallen Order though? That was good.
They did not make that.
Oh,
See,
wait,
I'll explain that real quick.
You told me this. Wait, you told me this before.
And I guess I'll explain it for the pod too here. So EA they made Battlefront and Battlefront 2. When Battlefront 2 happened and everybody hated it. I did not like it really when it first came out. It's gotten a lot better since but you know, it's what 3-4 years after its launch, so I would hope it's, you know, better. But when they released like Fallen Order, EA got the rights to it, but Disney literally told EA, it's like, you can publish it, that's all we're gonna let you do. And then I think it was it Respawn? I think
it's Respawn. I remember seeing that. My brain blew over the game.
Well, the Respawn was able to make the whole entire game and had full rights to do whatever they wanted with the game.
I think my brain just assumes the EA thing because it's on like EA Access and shit. And I'm like,
oh yeah. Well, I mean, they published it. So they technically, when in reality you look at it, it's an EA game, but it was really
wasn't made by EA.
Right, it was all pretty much made by Respawn.
Which that might be what they're doing with this.
God, I hope so. Oh, I hope so.
That's not really like the tweet's not really descriptive. It's just saying that there's one that in works at EA, so like that could be the same thing. That could be having somebody else make it.
Right.
They just produce it. But I don't really want like I don't know if I want like an Iron Man open world would be fun too, but I don't know if I want it. Really.
The only thing I would really want out of an Iron Man EA game would be the open world.
I want open world, and I want the suit customized. Like I want to be able to make whatever suit I want. I want to be able to be like Spider-Man, that when he opens the little thing and makes his spider suit, I want to do that with an Iron Man suit. That's what I want.
That would be cool. And then I would also like to see all the different suits. Like if you want to go play a mission, you can choose what suit you want to use, and it'll recommend what suit to use. Right. Or like, because he has the Hulkbuster armor suit.
That would be cool.
You know, like
different scenarios for different mission sort of things. Yeah, that would be cool.
You can do every mission with any suit, but this suit's gonna be better for you, and it like tells you that before. And yeah, I think that it would be. They can definitely do it right, but I just don't trust them to.
You got to get down to flying mechanic too, and that's like.
But I mean, think about it. EA has Battlefield.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
They're used to that, I
guess. They've done Battlefield. Did they do... I can't remember if they did the flying Star Wars game.
No idea.
I don't know either. But that's...
I just mean for it to be super fun in an open world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Spider-Man swinging I can do for hours. You gotta make me be able to want to fly around as Iron Man for hours.
Right. There's not really... and then hopefully you can go like underwater like he was. I think it was Avengers, right? Where he was...
If you can't go underwater in a suit... in 2022, if you can't go underwater in a... Well, it won't come out this year, but whenever it comes out, if you can't go underwater in an Iron Man suit, I'm not playing the game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's the future. We should be able to go in water in a video game.
Oh, yeah, we should.
This is a GTA 3. Come on.
I mean, he was literally welding underwater in the movie. Like,
yeah. That's the one I hate about some games. I understand programming water, but like you get in the water, it's like either black screen and you respawn, or you're just in there.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to go in the water.
I mean, I hope that they've learned from some stuff and
there has been Iron Man games as well. Like they made Iron Man games when the movies came out. Like it was that era where games just came out. I remember playing, I think it was the first Iron Man game on my Xbox 360. It wasn't horrible, but oh my god, it could have been better.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what I think a lot of them
base it off of, because that's what PS4 Spider-Man is based off. That is basically reskinned Spider-Man PS2. It's just not based on a movie. Like all them, like the mechanics were birthed in Spider-Man 2. The city, like open world, was all birthed in Spider-Man 2 and the PS2. They just took it and went, you know what, we're upgrading this, and I hope that's what they do with the Iron Man one. Because it wasn't bad in the first game. It wasn't really, but it just felt.
Yeah, I didn't.
Feel that fun.
I don't think I ever played it, but
I think that's like one of the only like early like Marvel MCU games I played. Now that I think about it, because I know there's a Thor one as well. I don't never touched that.
Oh, I didn't even know about the Thor one.
There's been a few of those. I don't know if Cap got one, but I didn't really play any. The only one I played was Iron Man. Because I was like, ooh, you can kind of, fly around as Iron Man. That's pretty cool. And it wasn't that fun.
I vaguely know of it. I don't think I've seen any gameplay of it, but I mean, it's gonna be like it's a modern game, so it's definitely gonna have some type, I think, of like flying or something like that. Yeah, you gotta be able to do something. I don't know. I mean, we're still basing this off of rumors, so I don't trust EA, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they've made mistakes and hopefully they'll learn. But who knows? Who knows?
We might not even see this game.
Yeah, no, this might not even exist. But
that's about it for games. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Yes,
didn't they say they were gonna do more games and like we only got like 2? Like this one even wasn't revealed.
That's what I don't understand about D23. There was all this hype over like, oh, we're gonna have a Marvel Disney game showcase. Okay.
Right.
There's the one game that we didn't know about. Cool. And that EA one, the Iron Man one wasn't even announced then. Yeah. And there was like, I think they announced something for like Strike Force as well during that time.
Oh, the Red Hulk is in Strike Force or something like that.
That's not why we watched it.
Right.
The people who watched it wanted Spider-Man 2, like the next Spider-Man PS4 game news, or Wolverine news.
Hey, but remember they can't do that.
Oh yeah, I guess. Sony.
Still Sony. But yeah, I mean that was kind of disappointing on the game side. I mean, obviously we got the Captain America Black Panther. That I think is gonna be sick.
Cool.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's the highlight of it, really.
Right. So
because like I said, nobody knew about that, so that just being made was like, okay, that's very hype. But I wanted something else game wise from that. I was like, you guys announced this big thing that's happening this year, but okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just cool. We're getting a video game.
Yep.
Let me see gameplay. It's not cinematic.
Then we don't even have that.
Yeah, we don't. And so speaking of Black Panther, we kind of transition to. I know, right? Look at that segue. We're podcasters. We get it. We're able to do this.
We're professional.
Well, yeah, no, about them mentioning that Black Panther 2 is like the biggest thing yet.
That's what Kevin Feige said.
I know. I don't
understand that.
I don't get it. I don't know if they mean like. Do we even know the runtime of the movie yet? Is that even set in stone?
I don't think so. There could be, because it's Marvel, they could mean biggest in a bajillion ways. They could mean biggest as like emotional because of the impact it's gonna have. Like, they could mean a million things. But if it means biggest as in like, I don't trust them. I don't trust them anymore because like they get us hyped for shit and then it happens and you go, this wasn't that big of a thing, Marvel.
Like, right. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how it can be the biggest one.
So I think
since
it might be
Endgame
something.
happened.
I think it might be something like that, like emotional wise. But like I could see like 90% of the audience crying in this movie. Like
That's
you could like
true.
not give a shit. You could not give a shit about the characters in Endgame and walk out not crying.
It might be the biggest thing yet. Like in a different aspect of like emotional
and what it means like culturally and stuff. Like
like
that could be what he means. But if he means actually in the MCU, no idea. I said my theory is that the rumors that Doom shows up are true, because that would be I'd walk out. Oh, don't unplug my headphones. I'd walk out of the theater and go, he was just in this movie, okay.
Yeah.
What do I do with this info?
Right.
I would not expect him to be dropped in Black Panther 2.
Well, then that actually, no one talked about the Ironheart trailer. All they really talked about was that she was building her own suit.
There was, I have the little, they have suit in a room, and then they just said, because I went on Twitter for my little talking points for us. They said that it's just going to be an epic battle between sorcery and tech. That's all they said, which is very hyped to hear because I want to see that in the MCU. I want to see magic and tech go at it. I want to see a suit that gets built that can defend against magic. You know how sick that would be?
What if Doom does get revealed and Doom is kind of the highlight of Ironheart?
Well,
that wouldn't really make sense though, would it?
I don't want to get his name wrong. No, Red Hood is DC. I think the Hood in this is the villain for Ironheart. They've already confirmed that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but the one thing that was rumored, and I think New Rockstars might have did that. Add one to the counter. I think they did a video about it because there's one comic book run where Doom wants vibranium, and he sends people into Wakanda
Okay.
to get vibranium. And you know, like in the trailer where there's just shots of like soldiers, you know, going in the water and stuff.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they said something about that like that could be Doom behind the scenes sending in people to get stuff for him, and then he's not gonna be like, he'll be a post-credit scene 100%.
Yeah.
He won't be in the actual movie because they're not gonna show Namor for the first time and Doom in like the actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see like those people going in the water, like trying to do something, and then Namor thinking that it's Wakanda,
Right.
and then starting that war, or Doom wanting that to happen. Like he sends those people to mess with Namor to think that it's Wakanda. Because there's some war that's gonna happen. But now that they say biggest, I'm like, that's been a rumor for a while that I've heard that he shows up in this. And there's been like there was a concept art leak, like not leak, but rumored around that it was just him, and I was like, this isn't real. I was like, I don't believe this. But after seeing like stuff from WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, I'm like, and now hearing this, I'm like, oh god, could it be real? Because it was so long ago. I was like, oh, Doom can't be in this. There's no way he's in Black Panther.
But I mean, it fits. I mean, with the
he has to be a post-credit. He has to be a post-credit scene.
It's got to come up in some movie for it to be a Fantastic Four.
Somebody from the Fantastic Four has to be shown soon. I said the Thing might show up in Shield. That was
it's very possible. I mean, what if that doctor
somebody's
guy
got to show up?
Ends up playing the Thing? Like,
hilarious.
he kind of has the voice for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of the goofiness to him too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a little bit of not all there. You can tell. Like you still get the little.
I don't think he has that. It's clobbering time.
No goofiness to him. They better put that line in the Fantastic movie. I swear to God, if it's not in there,
I had to say, yeah. If they don't do it then, and they don't learn from another mistake that DC made with Cyborg never saying "booyah" in Justice League movie.
I didn't even think about that.
He never said "booyah." It pissed me off. I was genuinely upset. I think that was one of the first things I said when I left the movie. I'm like, Cyborg didn't say "booyah."
That should have been the first thing in the Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, man. He just never.
I didn't even think about that.
He wasn't goofy enough to say "booyah."
Yeah, well, it's because it's too dark for him to say "booyah."
Well, I mean, you can still say "booyah." Like if you shoot one of them and you end a fight scene with it, and go like
"booyah,"
not like the "booyah," but just like "booyah," or like some shit like that. Learn from DC's mistake. Put its clobbering time. I swear if they don't put it in there because of its Morbin time, oh my gosh.
That's. Did I show you that one tweet? I saw one tweet that they were like, I swear if they do its clobbering time and a portion of the internet thinks that it's a Morbius reference.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go ballistic. If the internet thinks that it's a Morbius reference, I'm gonna go with the internet's so unbelievably uncultured if they think that it's a Morbius reference first. Like that's insane.
Oh my gosh.
If anything, its Morbin time is a clobbering time reference.
Right, and even then, like people just don't know Power Rangers.
That's true. I want both those cringy things. I want the thing saying it's clobbering time, and I need Johnny to say flame on. If he doesn't say flame on,
oh my gosh! If he doesn't say flame on,
I might be done with the MCU.
And if they don't do an awkward scene with Sue Storm going invisible,
naked,
yeah, and then she comes back and she's naked, and like people, and they don't do that scene, I'm gonna riot.
That's such a good scene. Don't they do it like? I think they do it like twice. The one time where she has to go invisible and she's like, she's like, oh.
And this isn't me asking them to give me Sue Storm naked. I'm just literally saying, just the awkwardness and comedy of it just helps the character development.
The first time it happening is hilarious because she doesn't realize it either.
Right. And if they don't do it, I'm just gonna be like, oh, why?
That's what I like. The old Fantastic Four. We're on a big ass tangent here. The first Fantastic Four movies were good. Like I watched them back and I'm like, these are actually pretty like funny. It's like the comedy's there. I was like, this is awesome. They should never plan for the MCU. They're just in that area being made.
I want them to be from another universe.
So me too, so badly.
And
like I want Chris Evans to come back. Yes, I want him to come back as the Human Torch so badly as a joke. That'd be so funny. Like in Secret Wars, he's just there. I'll be like, that's they know that's gonna be the one. I don't care what hype. Like we're gonna like the fans are gonna build behind. This is such a tangent. the fans are gonna build behind Secret Wars, but that's gonna be the one where they pull out all the stops, where everyone that can come back will be coming back.
Right.
Just for everybody to go crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, if we want to go back to where we kind of started on this, I mean, Fantastic Four also got its D23 news, so I mean, we're not completely off.
We're going everywhere.
Yeah.
But the only news that got is that it's got its director.
And the director of it was the guy who did all of WandaVision, so
which is cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But the Kevin Feige just went a big fuck you to the nerd community. Like half the people that were on Twitter today wanted the Fantastic Four cast, and then everybody was like, "What's coming up?" And then he goes, "Here's the director," and that's it for today. And then everybody was like,
"Honestly, I love it because of how much they want to troll the fan base."
Like I said, I honestly think I said it to you in our DMs. I'm pretty sure that I think they're gonna pull it and just not tell us until like the first trailer. We're gonna get the cast when the first trailer comes out.
I would not be surprised.
Just for us to speculate on Twitter all the way up until then, because they know the fan base will.
Oh, because yeah, I think Soups even tweeted about it. It's like, let the fan cast like continue or something like that.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep happening now, and that's smart. That's why I said Marvel knows how to work us now.
Keeps people interested.
Gives us that's what like they could easily like start purposely putting shit in the MCU because of She-Hulk. They could just now be like, you know what? Let's see how Twitter's gonna react, or TikTok's gonna react to this, and put it in something. They can just do that now. They're smart enough.
They really are.
But I am excited for him to direct it because I did like WandaVision.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's no plot for that movie yet, so I'm excited to see where it takes place. Like if it's gonna be them being like stuck like in time somewhere. Or them being just here now. Like they could get introduced, like we said, sometime recently in something coming up, and then we just get their movie. Because they did say it's not going to be an origin movie. That was the one thing I remember. I think it was Comic-Con they said that. So it's not going to be an origin Fantastic Four movie.
Right. And so I think they already exist.
I think they're stuck in the quantum, like, that's my guess.
I don't think so. I think they're in New York already.
Just chilling?
Well,
Nobody's
because probably for some reason that they'll explain or something, but like
that's true. That they just write that in now.
I don't know if you remember back in Phase 3
at the end of Spider-Man,
right?
The new building.
That and everyone, and that's when Phase 4 started, and everyone's like, Phase 4, Fantastic Four. And then also the way that I think the 4 was designed on like a sign or something like that looked like Fantastic Four. Because at the end of the movie, when he's like swinging around with Zendaya, when he lands in the back, it said you won't believe what's next or something like that. And it was a 4.
And it was 1, 2, 3. It went 1, 2, 3, and then mark.
Yeah,
it was.
And then as he was swinging through, or I think I can't remember if he was swinging or like flying with his suit.
I think he was flying through with his wingsuit.
That big building, through the atrium, and people were saying that was the Baxter Building.
I do believe that. They gotta have a good reason why they just been gone.
Right, and who knows? It could be revealed in Quantumania.
They've just been there. They've just been there. That's why I want to like. I'm hoping that they've just been stuck in the quantum realm.
Very possible.
Like they could be already out, but I'm hoping that's just what the explanation was. Maybe when like Scott pooped himself back out, maybe he accidentally like left. Like they came out too when he did that.
And maybe because all the time that they spent in the quantum realm is why they developed their different powers.
That's what I'm hoping the explanation is, because Janet Van Dyne got powers from it. So I'm like, it gives powers.
Right. And so and that's I think the direction Marvel is really heading. I think we also talked about this too. But Marvel, maybe I talked about this with my dad. I can't remember. But Marvel started with the whole like we gotta be at least comic book accurate as much as we can, because people aren't gonna watch our movies on if it's just like this B-rated Iron Man movie or B-rated Thor movie or anything like that. And so now I feel like it's definitely changed. So now Marvel's like, okay, we're comfortable
It's
where
general
we're
audience
at.
now.
Right, it's general audience. Everybody knows what Marvel is. If they don't know the characters, they at least know that Marvel exists and that it's a big deal, and they can play with that. So like all these different characters that are newer characters like Miss Marvel showing up, all these other characters that they can do are now able to be kind of also changed a little bit. And so like maybe the origin story is a little bit different. Who knows? This is because it's not necessarily like the way I kind of look at the Marvel universe now is that it's another comic book series. You have one comic. Go ahead.
Go.
That's
That's been my stance the entire time, and I think I might have. Did I say this? I think we might have just been talking. I don't know if I said this on the last episode, but I don't care. That's my whole thing. It's just a comic book run. Like nobody. Like people have their favorite comic book runs, but nobody cares. If there's a new series of Batman, half the fandom goes, "Ooh, I'm gonna read this new series of Batman to see what it's like."
Right.
But as soon as it's live action, they go, "Oh, yeah, I can't have a new thing."
Right.
No.
Exactly. I
don't understand.
It's another comic book run, and that's just how I'm dealing with it is now, because when I first was watching it, obviously I'm like, oh well, this is for the comics, which means this could happen or this could happen, this should happen.
And it's still loosely like that. Like you could still read comic book runs and go, okay, this is where they're headed with the MCU. Like Young Avengers is still getting built up, and we're still going towards Kang, which they do in the comics with Young Avengers, but like it's very loose now. It's not you can read a comic and know how it's gonna go. Right,
and I think the main point for me when I found that out, and not found that out, but kind of like changed my mentality towards it, was Miss Marvel, and when her powers were a little bit different than in the comics, and then they called her a mutant versus an Inhuman, and changing that bit of the storyline, I kind of sat there and I'm like, okay, wait, that's not right. But honestly, it's just another comic book at this point.
But the fun thing about that is, did you hear that she was supposed to be a mutant from the beginning?
Wait, really?
Like Miss Marvel, yeah. The whole I think even Kevin Feige said it, that the whole reason that she was an Inhuman to begin with is because the mutants weren't like a big thing back then. Like when they shoved the mutants out of the way and wanted to create the Inhumans as like a new like group sort of thing.
That makes sense.
I think it was like a thing
because it was. I think it was around 2016.
I think they were tied up with the Fox kind of stuff, sort of like legality with the X-Men, so they kind of like pushed it out of the comics and they made the Inhumans. So they made her an Inhuman, but they wanted to make her a mutant, they just couldn't. And like that's what what's her name? The actor.
I'm not good with
she said that
names.
she came out like the Miss Marvel actress. She came out after it was over and said, yeah, like they wanted to have her as a mutant from the scratch. So I think that's cool. I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't care about Inhumans. I didn't watch that show.
I didn't either.
So like, they can't just be scrapped. Make everybody a mutant.
They toyed with it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that was about it.
Like the Terrigen Mist is cool. But like, I don't care. Make him a mutant instead.
Right. So we got pretty tangent off that, and we started talking about Fantastic Four.
Keep going a bunch of stuff.
But yeah, no, it's fine because Fantastic Four, like we said, there was the director release. I don't know if there was really much more we want to talk about Black Panther 2. Nothing really new, just the whole biggest thing.
The biggest, and well, they did get some footage shown to them as well, exclusive footage.
Right. We weren't there, guys, so we don't know this stuff.
We're not cool.
Yeah. Because like this next thing we're about to talk about is also something we weren't there for, so we couldn't see it.
The Queen of Wakanda. That's what they saw her talking about vibranium not being able to be like traded freely or something like that. That's what they got shown. They got shown something exclusive too, but not us.
Right. Like the Ironheart trailer. All exclusive.
So
but
that's the one I'm actually like genuinely bummed over. I wanted to see the Ironheart trailer so badly. When they said it was coming up, I was like, oh yes, please.
If there was one that they could have not made exclusive, it would have been that one. Everyone loved Iron Man. and everybody wants like the next stage of Iron Man.
I think the only reason they aren't like publicly doing it because they want us to meet her in Black Panther first for the first time.
I can see
publicly see the trailer. I feel like maybe it'll drop after Black Panther. Maybe it'll be like maybe they'll link it with Black Panther sort of thing, like they do.
Maybe.
Actually, wait, not just show. Never mind. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. They might drop it after it does come out, like on YouTube and stuff. But I could see them waiting for us to meet her in Black Panther, see how the like community reacts, and then be like, okay, drop it.
Right.
Because I can't wait for it. Like you said, people love Iron Man. I want the suits to be back. Like Don Cheadle's been using them, and there'll be a thing in Armor Wars. But I want to see somebody there working on it. I want to see her making her own new suits, and they've been like said that like this like first one in Black Panther will be like Wakandan like themed, which I'm so hyped for.
Oh, a vibranium fucking Iron Man suit.
I'm hyped, dude. I can't wait to see some new Iron Man suits. Rest in peace, our boy Tony, but somebody else got to take up the mantle.
They do. And them doing Ironheart, I think is just perfect, especially with Chadwick passing. Like, you can kind of fade away. It's almost like perfect, in my opinion, where, you have Iron Man, and he's gone. Now you have Chadwick as Black Panther, who is now gone. And so now you can kind of shift focus for Riri Williams to be able to do Ironheart, and now you don't necessarily Wakanda's there, but now you can kind of fade away from Wakanda and not touch it a lot and treat it like it's supposed to be treated in the universe. It's supposed to not really be there theoretically.
When they opened it up, I was like, oh, this is fun.
Right. And they may close it back down because of what happens in this movie.
I feel like they will, and that's like part of that clip of her talking about trading vibranium. I feel like she's gonna be like, Wakanda's off limits now, boys. Everybody get away.
I can see them doing that.
Maybe that's why like the people start diving into the waters and stuff too. Like maybe because they do still want vibranium, and maybe there's some in the water or something.
Maybe.
Who knows? Because we don't know much about that movie yet.
We didn't get to see the trailer. For
Iron.
For Ironheart, so we can't make any speculations on how Black Panther will end.
But I'm excited to see Ironheart.
Oh yeah,
no matter what.
Me too. I'm excited for some Iron Man. I know we saw Iron Man in Endgame, and technically Spider-Man uses Iron Man tech.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's just something about Iron Man, that I just want to see. So I don't know. I just
want to see some cool 2025 tech, because they can probably do some cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one that they did have, did I show you the one set photo of her in a suit? I think I did a while ago. She got like one of her suits. She's like in a beefy suit, and I'm like wondering what that's for, because all these suits are made for a reason, for like battle. So I'm wondering what that's gonna be. Have a big friggin' beefy one.
Well, and then the last suit we really see from Iron Man, and that's what gets me, because I love tech, and I think that's why I love Iron Man so much. It's just like, we got a nano suit.
Yeah,
like I want to see a nano suit, and the fact that we only really got it for that,
I feel like for her that might be like the last thing she gets.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like we're gonna get the progression of. I moved down a little bit. I feel like we're gonna get the progression of her, like Tony and her sort of thing, where she has to start with her Mark 1 and learn sort of thing. Because I don't feel like she's gonna be pulling nanotech out of her butt. Maybe Wakanda has it and it can give her a little bit, but I want to see her progress. But I do want to see her in nanotech eventually, because that is sick. I love when Tony used that. Like his glasses became part of his suit.
He took the glasses off. Yeah, he took them off. And
we take them off, and it becomes part of his suit.
That's true.
He goes like this, and they just disappear.
That's
into
true.
His suit.
all he was using was nanotech, and the fact that the fact it was nanotech, and just being able to shift the suit to whenever he
needs it, that's sick.
Because isn't that technically called the bleeding edge suit?
I have no idea what it's called.
I'm pretty sure that it's called the bleeding edge.
Mark-a-billion 2.
Right. Oh, I was so into they had this phone game where you could play as Iron Man and you could do the different suits and upgrade to the different suits. It was like 20
like the EA game we want.
They're right. It was like I think it was like 2015-ish is when the game came out. I spent ungodly amount of hours playing that because like I was in high school, so like study halls and stuff like that. I'd just be sitting there. It was like it was like that Subway Surfer type of game, but with Iron Man. Yeah. And so you could just sit there and fly and shoot people and dodge stuff, and you know you got more money and you could do different suits and everything. And they actually had like the accurate like Mark 11, Mark 4, and like they had the Hulkbuster suit. They had Eon, I think is the name for the suit. That's like the blue one. That's kind of the first Hulkbuster one that they showed in Iron Man 3 that kind of holds the crate up. Those kind of suits, and because it can't happen before Iron Man 3, I think it might have happened before Iron Man 3, because I remember watching Iron Man 3 and going through all the different suits. Like I know that one, I know that one, I know that one because of the game. But
yeah, Iron Man 3 was that the one where he destroys them all?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Pepper gets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was sick. At the end when he summons them all to the fight, that's sick because he goes through like I don't know how many, but he goes through like 10 different suits and using them all in one fight. And that's sick.
He has I think like over 50 at that point.
Yeah, he has a lot. I think I remember hearing at least a Mark 40 something.
Oh yeah.
But I'm excited for her to get her own suits. She better start collecting them in glass cases like he did.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like I wonder where her home base is gonna be.
Yeah. Well, she's an MIT student, so she's probably gonna be like, I don't know, got a little bus, got a little van.
Oh my gosh. That
I know, like, there's fans that like say this, they hope that's not what happens because it's the whole, oh, I'm doing this because of Tony Stark, but I know that it's probably what's gonna happen, and I feel like she's gonna be one of the kids that were at that lecture from one of the one movie where he's giving up with Barf, where he's talking about Barf. I feel like there's gonna be that scene, and it's just gonna pan, and she's gonna be in that crowd.
Just like how Mysterio was there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what's gonna happen. And people rag on it, but I'm like, honestly, I think that's how they're gonna write her into this. Or she sees how important he was after he died, sort of thing, and she's like, I don't know, respects that and wants to live up the legacy. But I can see her being there when he was alive and being like, nah, this dude's sick. I gotta start working on my own stuff.
Yeah, because
that just makes sense for him. And didn't he like fund everybody's projects at that one point? So like, just to have that as well. Like her first suit was technically funded by him. Like if she goes off to make a suit right off of being in that crowd, like that would be also kind of cool. Be like, yeah, her first suit was kind of sourced by him.
Yeah,
he didn't know.
I don't know. And that's why I wish we had the trailer. Cool. Just to get, because like you can see the footage and you can see a plot develop kind of, but at the same time trailers give off the vibe of the movie, and that's what I want to see.
That's what happened with Black Panther 2. That's what I said, that first trailer was going to set the vibe for if I was going to be excited for this movie or be like,
right,
and having to rewrite it. And I saw it and I was like, this is what I wanted. I can't wait for this movie now.
Exactly. Like
I don't really want another Black Panther trailer, to be honest.
I'm fine. Like, I'm fine without one.
Maybe a clip, but like I really don't want more of a trailer for them to show more of it.
Yeah, I want to go into it and just like
some of these trailers are getting a little like Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder was like they got the show a lot. Like once you started seeing all the trailers and clips, I was like, this is like almost the whole movie, guys. Like,
I mean, you think about it, you get 10 minutes out of like, because I think with Love and Thunder, we probably got a good about 10 minutes worth of trailer at least.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, that's like a 1/12 of the movie.
It's not that long of a movie.
Right. It's almost like it's a decent chunk of the movie, especially when all you're showing is the high climax parts. So
yeah, that's what I don't like too, when they're like, okay, we gotta show parts to get people interested, but it's the best parts of the movie. Why? Because then they come in and I go, okay, I know what's gonna happen because I saw it in the trailer. This is the part in the trailer. Cool.
Right.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for like the new
I am too.
kind of.
I'm excited for the new generation.
Yeah, new generation.
Like, everybody loves the original Avengers, but I want the new generation.
Right.
I want the young Avengers coming in.
That's gonna be so good.
Because if Jennifer's there, she's 30, so she's not that young. But I can't wait. Like if we get like She-Hulk, Kate Bishop. Who else is coming out right now? Elena's on Thunderbolts, so she would be here. Who else do we have? Miss Marvel. As like younger people.
I mean, if you really
Ironheart.
I mean, if you're
I'm trying to think
really
like what the future team's gonna be.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter.
I mean, he's in high school.
Well, he's in college now.
Oh yeah, college now, but then nobody knows about him.
His thing is, I don't know their plan with him, just because of where he is. Like when No Way Home came out, they literally were like, "Yeah, we have a whole other trilogy planned for him." What?
Nowhere in Phase 5 right now.
That's what I mean, or 6. Like it might come out in like next year
and
or two
we might not know. Okay,
but
we might not have been able to get it revealed because it's Sony.
That's true.
So,
but like, what are they gonna do? They've another 3 trilogy. I hope they pull. This is such a big tangent, but I hope they pull. We get like Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn in MCU now.
I mean, they could go Sinister 6
movies. I hope they do. That's what like Morbius is apparently building.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Think about it. I don't want to think about Morbius.
Let's talk about Echo. Yeah, let's try. We mentioned Morbius. Let's just go to Echo. Okay. So I'm not familiar with Echo.
I'm not that much either. Like this is a bit of a new boundary for me as character-wise, because I didn't really know about her until she showed up in Hawkeye either. I was like, oh
yeah. I'm like,
okay,
who?
But I do know from my hair, from like comic runs that I've seen people explain, and from this footage that was shown, that Kingpin does survive. He just has an eye patch, which
I would hope so.
I would hope so too, because him being shown at the end of Hawkeye, I lost my shit. I was like, and he's a little, almost a little scary. Like he hasn't done that much, but like him being beefed up, I was like, that's spooky for Kingpin. Because the Kingpin in the Netflix show wasn't like, he didn't have superpowers or anything. He was just a big dude who liked to mess shit up.
Yeah. And I mean,
this guy's got something in him.
I really want to know where their boundaries lie with bringing things into the MCU. Like with Echo, think about it. You could pull in Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, or I mean, technically Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, but
yeah,
then you could also pull in Daredevil. Like, there's no.
I think Charlie Cox is in this show. Like, I'm pretty sure him and Vincent D'Onofrio are both confirmed to at least be in some of it. So
yeah, I mean,
Daredevil's everywhere.
So much with it. Yeah,
Daredevil. Charlie Cox is getting banged from Marvel. He's just seeping into everything.
Oh, it's because it's so funny though to me how Netflix can have a banger show like that, and then Disney's just like, that's ours. Thanks for putting in all the hard work. It's our turn now to.
This is our lore now.
Yeah, this is our lore now.
Even when they put it on Disney Plus, they like edited the intro and everything. Like it's not fully the same like it was on Netflix, and obviously like the Netflix original series is gone now. It's just on. It's just on Disney now. So they just.
Oh
like,
my
yep,
gosh.
This is ours.
That's so funny to me.
Because I honestly did like her in Hawkeye. So I don't care when people. As soon as people heard about this, it was like the Agatha argument. They're like, why the fuck is she getting her own show? So I'm fine with it. I want character development. Like, she was pretty cool in Hawkeye. And there was story to develop there. Like, she's with her uncle and not our uncle. Was it her uncle or her dad? No, Kingpin was her uncle. And then her dad died.
I watched Hawkeye
a long time.
Yeah, that was almost a year ago.
But it was somebody that she was close to got killed under like Kingpin's like orders, and then that's what she's going to like. That's why she shot him at the end of Hawkeye. So that's gonna be cool to be picked up from, because either she's continuing to take down his like corporation and he's just still alive or something. I don't know. There's no plot for that yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm excited too. I'm gonna see what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if it's gonna be more of like a how Netflix did Daredevil. I feel like it might be that more.
Probably be like a
toned.
Jessica Jones kind of.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. There you
Which
go.
is the same kind of Daredevil tone, but like like that. Kind of serious and not like super out there. It's just her story.
Right.
I'm just excited to have Kingpin and stuff because I love the dude that plays Kingpin.
Yeah, I mean, once he disappeared at the end of the Hawkeye episode, I was like, okay, he's not like dead. There's no way. With them talking about Daredevil and everything, I'm like, there's no way Kingpin's gone.
Just how they show the ending too, because she holds the gun out and then they pan away and you don't hear his body thud. You just hear the gun shot. That's all you hear. You don't hear his body drop or anything, and you don't see it in the shadow. He's just there. You just hear the gunshot and you just see his shadow, and it like pans up. Because
isn't Kingpin like? It looks like he's dead in the Hawkeye show because they were him and Kate Bishop were fighting.
Yeah, but no. Well, what happens is they fight. She like shoots an arrow in him, and then explodes in the store or whatever. And then she thinks he's dead, and then looks over and he's gone. And then right before the episode ends, Echo catches up with him and shoots him in the face. But she shoots him and then it pans up. But nothing happens. You can't hear him fall
I don't
over
even remember
anything.
that part.
You don't see him fall over. You just hear the gunshot.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that he just takes it like a man.
Takes a bullet like a man.
He took a friggin' arrow to the chest in that show. He took it and he just broke it off while it was in him.
Right. I don't think it affected him. Besides, losing an eye.
Yeah, which it's the MCU. He could grow that back. Maybe he's on for She-Hulk's blood. Who knows?
Maybe, but I mean, you said we're getting so good at our transitions because you saying that.
I was about to say that.
About talking about the leader.
I looked up and I was like, the leader's next. Let's go.
Yes. So you can take this one. I know you're super hyped about this one.
For Captain America 4, the leader was confirmed, and if you don't know who the leader is, that's fine. Because it's a pretty deep cut in MCU lore, at least. The first ever Incredible Hulk movie, there was, I don't even remember his actual name, but they called him Mr. Blue, I think. That's what he was, like Mr. Blue, and then Hulk was Mr. Green. He was obsessed with Bruce's blood. Bruce sends him some, and then when Bruce ends up like finding him and meeting him, find out that he made like a giant source of his blood, and he goes, well, we can fix a bunch of stuff with this. We can fix all of the sickness in the world with your blood, bro, because it's sweet. And he becomes obsessed with it. And then Emil wants it. I'm going through this movie quick. Emil wants it at one point and gives it to him. And then when Emil turned into Abomination, he bashes him against it, and then Hulk blood gets into his brain, and he starts bubbling. And that was the last time we saw him in like 2006 or whenever that movie came out.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's confirmed to be coming back. In Cap 4, it is weird that that's what they confirmed it in, but like I said, he's got to show up at the end of She-Hulk. Like, that's where I feel like they would introduce him.
Yeah. I don't see them not doing that.
That's who I'm assuming is after her blood.
I would hope so.
If not, then it's either Kingpin or Val. That's the only other two I could assume so.
Right. And if it's Val, then it's... Oh my god, if it's Val. Oof.
That's the one thing I said about the blood too. For the whole name, like I do understand him being introduced for Captain 4 because it's called New World Order. And if that's like if they're starting to merge like World War Hulk into that, and they get like a bunch of Hulk blood, and they're like,
gosh,
we can change the planet with this blood. I'm gonna be like, this is gonna be crazy Captain America movie.
Right, because I mean you're gonna have Sam now, and with Sam, I forget who's gonna become Falcon. I know I told you.
I forget his name too. Yeah, but I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him.
Isn't he the guy that's like, taking videos of Falcon when he's working with them?
Yeah, he was there in the show.
Yeah.
Like
when they were over in the Middle East. Yeah, and okay. I thought that was him. But
they also confirmed that Isaiah Bradley's coming back for that too, which is pretty cool. The old guy, yeah.
Yeah.
For that. I'm excited for Cap 4. I can't wait to see Sam fully beat Cap, because we got a tease of it in Falcon Winter Soldier, like the smallest tease of him actually being Captain America at the end of that show. I just want a whole movie of him with the wings and the just shield just.
Oh, me too. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
with him, like, I think that might have been one of the best things in Marvel for me, was when he shows up in that suit, because you see him open the suit, you don't really see the suit, and then the next scene is him flying into a window and throwing the shield at the window to break it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
When I first saw him with the suit and the shield, I was like, the way he's gonna utilize this is gonna be way cooler than Steve did. I don't care.
That show
the
was
fact that he
just
can
so
fly,
good.
the fact that he can fly with the shield is gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the
It's
show
sick.
itself was good. Like,
I have mixed opinions on the Falcon and Winter Soldier, but that's only because it was edited weird.
Okay.
And if you rewatch it, you'll go, okay, because there's a lot of ADR, which is like after the fact voice recording put in,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't actually recorded at the time, and you can tell, like, and just because because I keep up with the plots and directors and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the plot of that was very close to COVID when they dropped, with there being like a virus and them having to
Right.
heal it and stuff. So they had to they were like, this is pretty close to what's happening right now. We can't really so they had to rewrite some stuff real quick, and that's my only, because I can see it when I'm watching it. I'm like, you guys had another plan here, and it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
You can see that there's parts of it cut out, and I'm like, oh, this could have been better.
And
I love John Walker. I loved
Right.
his storyline. His arc was great.
Oh my gosh. And then him just like him killing with the shield.
The guy with the shield. I didn't think that would happen in a Disney Plus show.
That cinematography was just so great. Like, I guess for me, like, I feel like my view on some movies and shows are a little bit different, because do I care about the plot? Yes. Do I like want a really good plot? Yes. But I've always been the type of person that, like, and when it comes to what I weigh more, I love the cinematography of the movies a lot more than the acting and the plot. It's why I can watch super cringy movies, but if they're shot really well and shot really cool, I'll enjoy the movie. Like, I'll sit there and watch, like these random Netflix originals or something like that, because is it cringy? Is it bad writing? 100%. But the shooting of it is just super cool. That kind of stuff is super cool. So, like, the whole flying into the window with the shield, that whole sequence was shot really well. The training montage was one of my favorite things ever. And just how much, like, they made the show feel like Sam had the weight of the world on his shoulders.
I like that too. I like seeing the side of what actually happens when you're an Avenger, sort of thing. Because like seeing what he has to deal with when he has to go to the bank and stuff, and they're like, well, you have no money, and it's like, oh, he's like, oh,
but I'm an Avenger,
but I don't get paid to do this shit. Okay, like that kind of scene, that world, I was like, oh damn, there's the very realness to this. And then all the other stuff in the show, I do like it, but I just the plot with the flag smashers was where I was like, I could tell there was stuff cut.
Yeah. And honestly,
like,
you know what's bad is that when we're talking about this, I completely forgot the plot of it.
Yep, I almost forgot the flag smashers were a thing until I just said them.
All I really wanted from that show, and all I really took from it, was
Sam becoming Cap.
Yeah.
And
that's all I really wanted.
John Walker.
Yeah.
John Walker is the only other thing I remember.
U.S.
Bucky
agent.
and Falcon. I mean, Bucky and Sam being lovers, basically.
Right. And that banter between them, and
I love that.
Yeah, I that's what I remember from it, and that's why I liked the show as much as I did. Was just, I think that, and a lot of the like social issues, I think they covered really well, especially at the time. But I don't know. I think it was done really well, at least with those aspects. Like I said,
I just think COVID fucked it up.
Oh, more than likely.
It was in that area of where, like I said, the plot revolved around COVID-esque, like, virus sort of thing, and it's just one of those things that Disney was like, uh-oh, and had to scramble to edit around.
Right.
which it happened. There was like that whole year Marvel got messed up, and that's fine. But I'm fine it happened because WandaVision was never supposed to be first in the phase 4 or whatever. It was supposed to be Black Widow first, and I'm happy we got WandaVision first because it's such a good like start. I love WandaVision, and just to start off the multiverse saga sort of thing, it was the perfect thing to start that off with.
That's so weird thinking that was the first one. That feels like it just happened, like not too long ago.
Yep. It was like a year ago in March or whatever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh my god. I'm just, and so like speaking of the Black Widow movie, when we got Yelena, that kind of ties into obviously like with like Hawkeye and everything, and then also it leads us into Thunderbolts as well, which is the next
got today.
Right. And so again, another thing I don't know that much about. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know a lot about either because Abomination's gonna be too, but I don't know I don't know that much about them in the comics, but I do know that they are like the anti-hero Avengers sort of thing. They're not the Dark Avengers, but they are like the anti-hero Avengers sort of thing.
I don't want to like say it, but I kind of want to make the comparison like not as extreme, but kind of Suicide Squad-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen somebody make that comparison on Twitter too, which I could totally see. I could also see them kill. They could pull a Suicide Squad and kill like 1 or 2 of these people, and people go like, "We don't really care."
Right.
like Bucky, they wouldn't, because I guess we could say who's in here. What's her name? Julia. Who's that? The first one.
Julia Louis Dreyfus. I have no idea. I have no idea who that is, but
oh wait, no, that's not Ghost. Is that? I'm looking up the tweet because I just copied the tweet and put it there for the talking point. Who is that?
I think that's just the actress.
Yep. But they all go off of their other characters' names. Why is that first one?
I have no idea.
Professionals. Let me just Google this real quick.
Right.
Oh. Wait.
Who is she again?
Wait. There. Oh, it is Val.
Oh, okay.
That's just her name, I guess.
I guess. Apparently.
Okay.
So Val's in it.
Like, because it's not Valentina on here. Okay, I guess that's her name.
The actress name. But yeah, so Val, Red Guardian. That
was interesting. I was like,
that
was Black Widow's daddy.
Right.
Black Widow.
And did they get a trailer for it, or was it just a lineup?
They just got that concept art and the lineup.
Okay.
I don't think they got any footage.
But yeah, and then Ghost. I don't think
it's being shot yet. Like, I don't think it's shot yet. I think it's just pre-production.
I love Yelena.
Me too.
If there was anything that saved the Black Widow movie for me, I didn't think the Black Widow movie was that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad either, but I was on the side of, why do we have this? We already know she's dead. Like,
yeah.
Why do we need this movie now? It should have came up before she.
Well, and
then I would have cared about it more. But like,
I literally think it was just a setup movie for like Hawkeye,
Yelena, and and Yelena to get Yelena introduced to the plot. But I was literally like, what's the point? We know that this plot's not gonna further. Like, that is the only thing that furthered the plot was Yelena in that movie.
Oh, and now Red Guardian, if we want to really talk about it.
Yeah, actually, I guess Red Guardian coming back now too, which I loved him in that movie, so I'm excited for him to be on this team.
I'm wondering if it was meant to be put in later. So like, I'm wondering if Hawkeye was meant to come out before, but because of COVID, they had Black Widow done, and they were just wanting to put something out in between. Because like you said, COVID screwed up a good bunch of stuff. And so I'm wondering if maybe that lineup kind of got mixed up too, because if Hawkeye came out and like Yelena just shows up out of nowhere, nobody knows why is she here. And then
that's true.
When you watch Black Widow, you get the tie-in. I don't know, maybe.
I really like the like story behind Yelena and Hawkeye. Hawkeye though. The reason why she's going after Clint, I was like, that's awesome. And then like the fight that they have where she like comes to terms with him not like doing anything to kill her, I was like, this is awesome. I was like, oh, I loved Hawkeye. Hawkeye was like one of my favorite shows for a while.
I just love
it came out, and I was like,
I just love him, like the guy who plays Clint as I can't remember.
Jeremy Renner, baby.
There we go. Yeah, I'm horrible at that.
I only know him because he's been a meme sometimes.
Oh, that's true. I love him as Hawkeye. He's just such a good Hawkeye.
I'm scared he's gonna die sometime soon, just because he's one of the last original 6.
Yeah,
and they're gonna put. I feel like they're gonna pull all those heartstrings. I feel like Hulk's probably gonna turn into old, like whatever. Oh, I actually have that comic. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, Maestro.
Yeah, I hope that's what happens to him. But I feel like they're gonna dissolve the original 6. I could see Hawkeye survive, like sacrificing himself for Kate Bishop in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
in some fight.
Definitely,
I could see that. And he'd be like, "You be Hawkeye now." Always dying, and it'd be super emotional. And she'd be like, "I don't know how to be Hawkeye without you."
Typical superhero ending.
Yelena. We're going back onto it. John Walker, did we say that yet? No.
I don't think we said John Walker.
No, I think we stopped at Yelena and then got on sidetrack. John Walker, which I knew he was coming back because that's the first person that Val goes to. was him, which is hype. I'm excited for him to come back.
Oh my god, U.S. Agents would be so good.
I was looking at the concept art, but it's Taskmaster's shield. I'll say he's got a new shield, but he doesn't. It's just Taskmaster beside him.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Taskmaster.
Me too.
I'm excited for Taskmaster to come back. Cause I didn't think they were gonna come back at all. I thought they were one and done.
Me too. Because like, what? Didn't he like get thrown off a bridge or something like that?
It's a her.
Her. My bad.
But yeah, that's fine. It's supposed. No, not supposed. Oh, it's the MCU. Look at that. That's the toxicity in me. It's a male. It's a male in the comics. So that was one of the things people were like, oh, why is it a woman now? But yeah, I forget what happened to Taskmaster. Actually, no. Black Widow just like frees her. Cause she was like programmed in the chip or whatever. And I think Black Widow just like frees her and gives her free conscious, and she just leaves.
Oh,
I think that's what happened. At the end.
I mean, honestly, in my defense, I honestly probably didn't even like pay attention to the origin part of it. I think I saw it at a drive-in movie theater.
Because yeah, Taskmaster was the whole Budapest mission. Remember?
Yeah.
She goes and explodes the home, and she thinks she killed the daughter, but that's who Taskmaster is.
Right. Yeah. No, but that'll be cool. Taskmaster being.
I love Taskmaster just because of who like their skill set. They just memorize all of the other like heroes' skill sets and can just mimic them. That's a perfect person to have on this team.
It is,
like, literally.
Now my question though, because then I mean we talked about Elena, and then Bucky is. I don't think we really need to talk about Bucky being on there because Bucky's Bucky. But
I'm confused why he's on this team a little bit though.
He might be like the whole anchor of the team, like this, because I can see him getting dragged into it and not want to do it, but like somehow he's like, oh, because of this, and this, I have to.
Or some way he gets turned back on in his brain.
Well, the reason why I'm like, I think he'll almost treat them as like that he needs to be there for them to bring them back, like as an anchor, is because of like John Walker, because he was there to witness everything with John Walker, and then he obviously had some ties to, you know, Black Widow. So her 2 out of her 4, however many family members, 2 of them are now in that same team.
He could be like the, if you're gonna be doing this, we're doing this right sort of thing.
Yeah.
Be there to make sure maybe they're not killing anybody. Sort of thing. That was a weird one. I was like, Bucky, okay, because like I do understand his motives are kind of like anti-hero. He's kind of just at this point he's just kind of himself. But I was like, that's a weird one, because if they are like fighting like either against the good guys or that's what they're building up against, that's a little weird. But who knows, because we don't have the plot point. We just know that there's the team now.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're gonna be up against or anything. So
who knows, man? And we don't even know what Val's intentions are. Like, is she creating a team for the government, or is she creating a team for herself?
The team. That's what. Oh, that's. Oh man, I gotta think about. Oh, the whole leader and her now thing too. Like, are they working together? They could be.
They could.
Because like, they could be working on that new world order together. I'm so excited for that movie now. Cap 4 is gonna be.
Yeah. Oh. There's so much around it, like the name of it. I'm like, and then I love it. I love that they're able to toy with us like this. It's like, this person is gonna be in this movie. Doesn't make any sense, but they're gonna.
But they're there. And that's what I said. Him being announced at this, I'm like, that is the weirdest thing that they could announce him to come back in his Cap 4.
Right.
Like, maybe I was like, maybe they just keep it a secret and they showed up in She-Hulk first, but nope. They're like, Cap 4, leader's back. Remember him in Incredible Hulk? He's back in this. Not She-Hulk, in this. I hope he is like the last episode. Like, maybe they tease him. And
right.
my one thought with they might not is because it's a CG character they're gonna make in the show, so maybe not. But I hope because just him being.
All right, so we're kind of like 2.25 hours in. Do we really want to talk about this next one, or do we want to save that for tomorrow? Because I feel like we're going to talk a little bit more about. I don't know how much you wanted to talk about Secret Invasion.
The trailers. I say we should probably keep that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if we kind of just want to glaze over. I mean, the trailer's there. Okay, personally, I don't think there was a lot to theorize afterwards. It was pretty straightforward. Like. We'll talk about it now. I don't care. Yeah, so I don't think there was much like I said to theorize. They gave us content and it was like, okay, well that makes sense. Secret Invasion, it's the Spider-Man meme, you know, like everyone's pointing towards each other.
That's what I can't wait for, because they've confirmed, and I think it might be what's his name? The guy who played friggin' not Frodo, but Bilbo, who's in it there. I think he might be a Skrull. Martin Short, isn't that his name? I think so.
I don't remember.
He's just like the government guy in the MCU, but I think he might be a Skrull, because they've confirmed to say that there's people that we know in the MCU for years that are going to be Skrulls in the show. And I think he's going to be one.
Oh, are we completely forgetting at the end of Spider-Man when Nick Fury and Mariah Hill are both Skrulls?
Yeah. But that was like intentional because he's in space.
Yeah. So, and so obviously the main point is going to be that the Skrulls are after Nick Fury.
Yeah, because he knows something from like Captain Marvel times or something.
He knows something. He has something. It's Nick Fury. Of course he knows and has something.
I think they showed it in the trailer, like the one quick shot, and I remember the one. I forget what quick line. I think Nick Fury did say it in Spider-Man, something about like the Kree sleeper cells, and I think they show that in the trailer. The one, like, there's a bunch of glowing like pods, and I think that's gonna be like the sleeping cells. And I think from the comics there's like super Skrulls, and I feel like that's what they're gonna be bringing up in the show, which are the Skrulls that can take powers from whoever they turn into. And I feel like that's gonna be the plot point of this. Because like Skrulls, we already know them, so they can't okay, some of the government people are there, but the show's got to have something else that's going to be like,
right. And that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder why Nick Fury is the main target. I don't know, and it could just be because
he's got to know
Nick
something.
Fury.
He's got to know something,
right?
Like he's got to have some kind of intel.
Well, I mean, from what it sounds like, he just randomly shows back up after not contacting anybody.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, we've got a serious threat. And it's like, okay, very Nick Fury.
The one guy in the trailer too, the one older guy, he was in Captain America, not Captain America, Captain Marvel as well, wasn't he? Like he was the one government guy who was a Skrull first, like who Fury noticed that was a Skrull because he called him Nick or something. He's called him like by his wrong nickname, and he was like in the elevator. That guy's back, like, so it's either the original guy or. I
forgot that sequence of events happened.
Yeah, it's Captain Marvel is one of the.
Yeah.
But that happened, so I don't know. There's a bunch of people in that trailer that I was like, okay, they're back. Maria's back, which I'm excited for. Don Cheadle's in it, which, like I said, if they play that Don Cheadle is a Skrull and that's why he looks different, I'll laugh my ass off. But I don't think they would, because it's gonna be a serious show. But like from Iron Man 1 looking different.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that, bro.
he either dies or a Skrull kills him and just takes over his spot, and they like don't fully get him. They don't get him right.
Hulk is just a super Skrull.
That would be. I hope one of our heroes is a super Skrull. You know how fucking insane that would blow up like the internet if one of our heroes that we've known is just like a Hawkeye. Like he doesn't have superpowers, but Hawkeye's is a Skrull. People would be like, what?
Because Hulk is quite literally a different person.
It is. That's true. I'm excited. I want that. Just one of them. Just right. What the fuck I'm going. They were a Skrull this entire time. Like, whoa. Because obviously it probably wasn't planned when those characters first get implemented or stuff. But
I mean, I had that reaction when it happened at the end of Spider-Man when Nick Fury became a Skrull. I was like, huh?
Yeah, that was crazy. Because you're like, the whole movie he was
he was
Nick
there.
Fury. You're like, you're like, this is Nick Fury. But I think that's also like that whole movie, it messes with your sense of what's real. There's the whole Mysterio thing too. I love that movie.
Right.
We're not talking about that though.
I know. Mysterio is one of my favorite villains. I'll just put it at that.
I loved him as well. I'm sad that he's gone again. Well,
gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's one of the villains that could be because of how Peters also said that one line at the end. He didn't ask if he was dead.
That's true.
Edith was just like Edith was just like all illusions are down, and he's like, okay. That's what he asks. Is this real? I think that's what he asked, and then she just goes, all illusions are down. It's like, okay. That's I mean, is he dead?
Wasn't he a part of the Sinister Six at one point?
Every Spider-Man villain has been part of the Sinister Six at one point.
So I mean, easily could come back. Anyways,
I want him to be the people that they get the Sinister Six together. So
that would be cool. I don't think. I mean that's a topic for whenever we get that trailer.
Get there.
Yeah. And then the Werewolf by Night. I mean, that was pretty straightforward too. It's Werewolf by Night.
I'm excited for that. Like after seeing the trailer and seeing that it's another one of those they're mixing up the medium of art. I'm like, yes.
It being black and white,
black and white horror Halloween movie. Let's go!
I know.
I'm so hyped.
I'm excited too. I like it when Marvel, like now that Marvel is able to do like these
and
side.
This is when they're gonna do like supernatural stuff. Werewolf, obviously, but we can get vampires in this Man Thing, which I didn't even notice Man Thing was in the trailer until Twitter was like, here's a shot of Man Thing, and I was like, oh.
Like, because I mean, technically, if you want to say side projects, you said vampire.
Yeah.
they went there.
Shit, I don't Morbius.
We want Werewolf by Night type. That's probably
I want a good vampire.
We want a good vampire.
I want Blade vampire.
Fuck, but Blade. Blade was Marvel.
Blade just shows up at the end of a Werewolf by Night.
He's the one who kills the werewolf.
Yeah. I like it because
and it fades from black and white to color.
To real. I like how the trailer started because it's like they're definitely planning some new stuff because they had a Marvel special presentation or whatever.
Yeah.
And that also looked like the multiverse rings. That's what I thought. All the lights passing by real quick. It looked like the multiverse strand sort of thing when they go through the multiverse.
Okay.
It looks like those colors just going by real quick. That was my thought. I was like, but that's definitely a new thing they're gonna have for these things. I'm excited for them to have like one-offs. That's what I'm assuming this is. I don't think it's gonna connect anything.
I don't think so either.
Halloween special with spookiness for us, and I'm excited for it. I saw that trailer and I was like,
see, we're excited for it and we're so happy about it, and then they're gonna turn around and do a Christmas special and we're gonna hate it.
But we are getting Christmas special in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like I said, God forbid Disney pull another Star Wars Christmas special.
I don't even
fellow JonTron enjoyer.
Yes. Yeah.
Wookiee standing on the ledge on, yeah, anyways. That's not, we don't talk about that. That's another we don't talk about moment. There's a few of those, but I think that's all.
If you don't know about the Star Wars Christmas special, good.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know.
Yes, don't look it up. I mean, unless you want to see a Wookiee in a chef apron on TV making dinner or something, then go watch it.
See YouTube tutorials in the Star Wars universe?
There you go. That's it.
That's a movie for you.
I think that's all we wanted to cover tonight. Yeah, because for those of you guys that don't know, I don't know if we really said anything about it either, but we're doing another podcast tomorrow night discussing more of the non-Marvel part of Disney. So like Star Wars, all the other other projects. There's still a ton, but that's kind of what we're doing
actual
tomorrow.
Disney itself, because I have some stuff to say about the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, and I did too.
Disney wise,
somewhat partially controversial, but like at the same time, I'm like, it's whatever.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Right. We'll get canceled tomorrow, guys. Don't worry.
Yes. Be there for it.
You guys haven't already? Our socials are there. Me and Biggie's both of our socials are there. I still have yet to make a command for it. That's my bad. But go ahead and check us out on Twitter. Obviously, we're on Twitch right now under my channel. But go check out Biggie's channel as well. And then TikTok, both of us. Biggie does like daily pretty much, right? You're still on the daily grind.
Semi daily. I'm not as active as I was when I started my TikTok.
Pretty much. I mean, but if there's news, I mean, you're there. Yeah. You're on it. So for me, I kind of just post my gameplay TikToks and stuff like that. Any funny moments. So go ahead and follow me there. DIRK March 15 and Biggie Talks pretty much everywhere. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.